I love the premise of the show. Smart people talking about dumb shit.
I think it's dumb people talking about smart shit. Oh, we go where we not supposed to go, baby.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yep, I go by the name of Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We're not really here. I mean, we're never really here when you listen to the podcast. We've already recorded it. But this is the best of the Brilliant Idiots 2022.
Great year.
Yeah,
Great year.
Great year, man. Amazing year. I'm out the country. Schultz is out the country. And, you know, if anything that you hear in the best of 2022 isn't culturally appropriate anymore, if things have changed that much in 12 months, nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, we're allowed 1 year of culture changing.
You got to give us 3 years to catch up.
3 years.
I think you should give everybody 3 years to catch up.
3 year window, yeah.
That's right. So if something is in this that wasn't culturally appropriate at the top of the year, not our fault. You know, y'all just move too fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Amen.
See you. Peace. Let me tell you something, man. Everybody that came to Radio City Music Hall this past weekend, y'all saw what a lot of people have been seeing all over the country for the past few years. Y'all saw the reigning king of stand-up comedy. I'll argue with anybody. I'll debate anybody. I'll dispute anybody. Andrew Schultz, your place is solidified right now.
That was so cool.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Your place is solidified right now. You know why I love shit like this? I love shit like this because, you know, random conversations I'll be talking, right? You know how we'll drop references. Well, you know, when you do music, you'll say Drake, you know, you'll say Kendrick. You know, when I do comedy, I'll be like, I'll say Chris Rock, I'll say Chappelle, I'll say Andrew Schultz. You know what I'm saying? Because you always want to. I'm from an era where you compliment the OGs.
Of course.
So you say Jay-Z, you know, Scarface, and you be like Kendrick or whoever the new person is, right? I do the same thing. I say Andrew Schultz. I always see y'all in the comments. This guy said Andrew Schultz. this guy said Andrew Schultz. And I think it's one thing when people see you all over the country doing it. They're like, okay, that's cute, you know? But when you sell out a storied venue like Radio City Music Hall,
that was crazy.
It's something different, man.
No, that was crazy.
It's a different stamp.
That was crazy.
I'm looking at the comments on Instagram, people looking at the pictures. I'm seeing other comedians going, wow.
Yeah.
Which translates to me like, I knew, but I didn't quite know. You know, I thought it was just Instagram. I thought it was just YouTube. You know what I mean? 2 shows, Radio City Music Hall. How do you feel?
I mean, it was awesome. Yeah, it felt amazing. I'm like still processing. I was texting you the other day. I'm just like, yeah, it's, you know, it's like my whole life's work for that moment.
Yeah.
And I was coming up in that little elevator thing behind the stage, and I remember like it was like what you see in a movie, those montages. I understand now why they put those in movies.
When they come up?
Yeah. You know,
that's the first thing you said. You was like, everybody needs to try that at least.
Yo, it's crazy, bro. Like your whole life you're watching go, you know, like literally every show I did, every person I begged to come to a show on the street, like every time I bombed, everything is just like flashing in and out. Like, you know, my parents telling me to go after it, you know, like people telling me not to, like all these things are fucking happening. And then your head lifts over the stage. And then I guess for what I'm describing, I was able to like come up under this contraption. So you're below the stage. And my head lifts over the stage, and then you just look out. You see these people like standing up, going crazy, and it's just all that goes away. Yeah. And I'd been like preparing what I was going to open with, like the whole week. And I was like, I just want to make sure the opening goes well. And you guys weren't at the first show, but this is the first show. I'm going up, and I'm like, okay, I got the opening. I just need to get that down. I need to be good. And I walk up, and there's an Asian girl with a fucking like piece of paper that has something written on it, and she's holding it. She said, "Roast me. It's my birthday." and so I could go with what I want to say, or I could acknowledge, this thing that's happening in the moment. And it was almost like, it was like some divine intervention shit, because like these things that have happened in the moment have really helped propel my career. And like, it was like, I didn't even think about it. And I was like, look at the Chinese telling us what to do already. Oh, it was so fucking cool, man. Yeah, it was so, I got a little emotional. It was cool.
This is why I love Schultz's comedy, because I'm processing it like, all right, is this edgy because of the time that we're in?
Right.
Or is this edgy because it's edgy?
Yeah.
And then here he goes with the goddamn Mexican joke that I'm not going to say. It was like, okay, boom, one hit, then one hit, and then you turn them over. And that's why I'm like, holy shit. But Nyla said it the best. Nyla was like, everybody was laughing.
Yeah.
And we were laughing with each other and not at each other.
Yes.
Takes a special kind of skill set to tell those kind of jokes.
Yeah.
And have everybody in the room laughing. I only saw one person walked out.
Yeah.
And she was a lesbian. Her girlfriend did not want to leave. Her girlfriend stayed for an extra 3-4 minutes. And then I saw her look at her phone. And she must have got that text. Like, if you want your pussy ate later tonight, you better get the fuck up out of here right now. Okay? But nah, man. Duval hit me this morning. He sent me a picture. He sent me a picture. He said, man, I cried when I saw this.
Oh, he sent me that.
I said, I'm still in my feelings.
Yeah.
Straight up. I said, you had to be there, man. That shit was like, it's just unreal. Like, what, 12,000 people?
Yeah, man.
2 shows?
Yeah, man.
And fucking, if you ever thought Andrew was Illuminati, it was confirmed. Because Bill fucking Gates, yes, the Bill Gates that's buying all the farmland in America. The Bill Gates that y'all think may or may not have created coronavirus with the Chinese.
You want to know some wild shit?
What?
In the special that Alex and I did together, it was
not Views before that.
Views from the Sis. No, it was Views from the Sis. I have a joke where it was about like the whole Me Too movement, and I was like, listen, if a billionaire grabbed my dick, like, no, I was like, if Bill Gates, no, it was something like, ladies, you upset, you're getting, I forget what the fucking joke is, but I said something about like billionaires groping me.
Yeah.
And I was like, Bill Gates grabbed my dick, I'd grab his wrist and hold it there, right? And then I go, I'll show you Microsoft. So I had that joke, and it has existed and it had millions of views.
Wow.
So he's in the audience.
Yeah.
And there's a little part of me like, am I about to... He's here.
You
right
came
now.
here to grab this dick, huh?
You know what I'm saying? It's available to you.
I think you like stand-up. I did, because first of all, it blew my mind, so I had to go do some research. I was looking it up all weekend.
Yeah.
They have a video online with Bill Gates watching a Chris Rock. I don't know if
he
it
got
was a
good
special.
taste.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a
taste.
special. It was something with Chris Rock going in on Bill Gates, and he was watching it and laughing.
Yeah.
So he enjoyed it. And from what I was told, he laughed at some really
he laughed at some
jokes.
wild shit. Yeah.
Hey, man,
yeah.
funny is funny.
Funny's funny.
Funny's funny, even when it's just, even when it may be, and I don't even know if it's offensive. I don't think it's offensive.
Well, that's, sometimes I say it at the end of the show, but I don't like to be too overhand with stuff. But like everybody that comes to our show comes because they want to be made fun of. Like if I don't make fun of a group, afterwards they'll come up. So we've created this environment amongst all this like political correctness and woke shit where people come to laugh at one another, and it's good. Derek's got the hardest job, man, because going up while people are sitting down, like what I do with my shows is like, I basically hold the show a little bit. Well, I don't want to tell people so that don't ever come late to the show, but I want the host to get a real opportunity to perform. A lot of times when you go to shows, you'll see the hosts up there, motherfuckers are still sitting down, the room is half full, you're basically an usher. But the show starts when you enter the venue for me, like, so I want you seated for the whole thing because I think all of them are brilliant.
See what Channing Crowder, my guy, salute to Channing Crowder, the Pivot Podcast, one of the best podcasts out. Him, Ryan Clark, and Fred Taylor. Let's listen to what he said to Denzel Ward.
But you are beautiful.
What you mean?
Well, you got pretty eyes, you got good skin, you got little highlights, like no, but you a dog now. Like I watched you play, you a dog, but did you have to fight that? Like
Like being beautiful.
You look so pleasant and nice walking up, but then you gotta choke a bitch to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, do dudes try you when they see you? Be like, oh no, this dude got you. You had to fight that?
I mean, you the first dude that called me beautiful.
Oh, you are beautiful.
I don't even know how to define it.
Now, Channing, they gave Channing a lot of flack for this.
Why?
I don't know.
He just complimented his brother.
Not only did he compliment him, it was a great segue into what I think is a great question.
Which is
essentially what he's saying is, because you're such a pretty boy, do people take you serious on the football field? You know what I mean? Are you scared? Are they scared of you? Do they think you're soft?
He got a helmet on. You know what I mean? Nobody's really looking at him like that, you know?
You don't think so?
I don't know, maybe. How pretty do you think he is?
I mean, you don't look that striking on the TV, maybe in person. You know, some people you meet in person, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? And by the way, Channing is an official person. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing about Channing that is funny style in any way, shape, or form. So I don't even know why y'all trying to paint him with that, bro.
He goes to the resorts, right? Doesn't he go?
He goes to the naked resorts.
So he likes seeing guys naked already.
That's not true. I don't think that's the case. He's just at a naked resort.
You know,
I just think he's at a naked resort.
Maybe he's so confident in his sexuality that he can look at a guy naked. He can look at that guy and say he's attractive.
That's what I don't understand. Like, if you like women, why do you have to go out of your way to prove you like women? If I tell a person, I tell men that they look good all the time, but I'm doing it more so from a health perspective. You know what I mean?
This is stupid because
what you mean?
You know,
because I'll be like, damn, bro, you look good. Like, you know, like I said, Kevin Gates. I saw Kevin Gates a week ago when he came to Breakfast Club. I'm like, bro, you look good. You can tell he lost weight.
Yep.
His skin is glowing. His eyes look clear.
Yep.
Like, he's giving off a dope inner glow. Like, you should compliment. I saw Tate yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you look good, brother. You know what I'm saying? And you smell good.
But did you say he was beautiful, son?
I ain't say beautiful.
Beautiful is like...
Beautiful is a word.
It is.
I ain't never met a beautiful man. Me personally, I'm not saying that they don't exist.
You never met a beautiful man?
Nah, I never met a beautiful
Come on, yo.
What?
I
don't think Morris is beautiful. He looks like me. She pointed at me and said, Morris Chestnut. I'm like, Morris Chestnut's not beautiful. He looks like me. He's handsome. He's like a fine cognac. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
What's
wrong with that?
Nothing.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
There's no better compliment when an old woman says you handsome. I'm talking about an old woman. I'm talking about 70 years old, 80 years old, because they know handsome when they see it. You know what I mean? So when an older woman calls you handsome.
Who is calling you handsome?
Oh, man. Every older woman I've ever known that's 70 years old, 80 years old, they always call me handsome, right?
And what do you think that is? You just got them
me being handsome.
Ripping?
Huh?
Nothing.
What the difference between what? Handsome, beautiful is more of a mixed drink. Taylor asked me what's the difference between handsome and beautiful. Beautiful is more of a mixed drink. It's like a margarita. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Shirley Temple is fun. You know what I mean?
It's like being hot. Like what's hot?
Handsome. Handsome is that aged, fine cognac.
See, I think beautiful for women is handsome for men. Really? Like if you look at a woman, you're like, wow, you're beautiful. That's like saying to a guy, you are so handsome. Like if he said to him, he was like, yo, you are handsome, bro.
I think sexy is age with women. And even though sexy might sound like, I guess sexy might sound like misogynistic. You say, oh man, she's sexy. Women might think you're objectifying them, but no, I'm not. It's just a certain sex appeal that comes when you get older. Like Taylor can't even fucking walk. You know what I'm saying? But when she gets older, she'll know how to control that shit. She tried to sit down, just not fucking almost put a hole in the floor. That's not sexy. Sexy women know how to a sexy woman know how to walk in the room.
Yeah. There's an elegance.
Ooh, that's the word. Elegance to it. They graceful. Sit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sexy to me comes with age. Just that elegance that comes with age.
Oh, see, that's so weird. Like sexy to me is like a young thing. I think it's hard for like an old woman to be sexy, but they can be beautiful. They can be elegant. But sexy is like, also there are girls that can be sexy, but they're not even that hot.
Yeah.
Like almost every Latin woman is sexy. Even if she's not hot, she'll just find a way to be sexy.
I get what you're saying. Because their mannerisms, the things they do, the way they talk.
Move, what they say. It's like, sexy is almost like a personality trait.
Yeah, man. You can, if you don't know no better, you come to New York and lose your mind with them Latino women.
You lose your mind.
Them little Latino women, bro. I've heard some shit in my day, bro.
What'd you hear?
I've heard. I know what you like. Boy, let me tell you something. A Latino woman tell you that shit for everything. I'm talking about for everything. I know what you like. Whether it's food, whether it's, I mean, just stupid shit.
Wait. Really?
Unbelievable. God damn.
We need Latin America to colonize the world. Would anybody be upset about that? Like, is that the one culture that could just colonize it? Everybody would be like, no, this is kind of good. Like, this is awesome.
Listen, by the way, we don't give Latin America enough credit, bro.
For
everything. Their food, their women.
Fire.
Like the culture, period.
They're the best. They're the best.
Like this, it's
Who doesn't give them
unbelievable.
enough credit? They're the best.
I don't think they get enough credit, bro.
Who's not giving them the credit? Who's the best? You think African women are the best? Better than Afro-Latinas? You get the African and you also get the Latina.
Taylor don't even know what that is, bro.
You don't even know what that is, bro.
Come on, Taylor. Come here, Taylor.
You know what I mean?
Because nobody can hear you. Come here. Come here.
You just fee-fi-fo-fum over to the sofa real quick and have a conversation.
Break the studio, please. More control. Okay,
There you
she's
go.
thinking about
And-
it.
Wow.
Okay. Still ran into the microphone. You had it. The ass got there, but then you couldn't control it. The back just lost itself. You ran right into the microphone.
See, if you were Latina, you could control that ass.
That's true.
If you were
That's true.
Latina, you could control that ass.
That's true.
You're not Latina
With
enough.
age, it'll get graceful. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen with Taylor. She's gonna get the gray edges.
Yep.
They're gonna get the gray edges.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Then she's gonna really turn into auntie.
Yep.
And then she'll know how to control all that shit, man.
At
Right
auntie,
now, you have
might
no
be able
control
to.
over it, Taylor. You the
Yeah.
Hulk. You're the Incredible Hulk, yo.
Yeah.
When you gotta learn how to form,
It's so
you gotta
true,
be
dude.
smart, Taylor, bro. When you bring that fucking brawn with them brains,
Yeah.
you're gonna be good.
You know how
bro.
you know how if you're right-handed and you like try to brush your teeth left-handed, it's all like awkward or weird. That's how you walk. Like,
Fuck you. Fuck you. Yo, first of all, no one's doing that anyway.
what do you mean?
You say if we brush our teeth with our left hand for right-handed?
You don't do that?
You never brush
Oh,
your
I do
teeth
that all the time. I
left-handed?
use my left hand all the time just to stay amphibious.
What, just say what?
Ambidextrous. I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
Amphibious.
Listen, once it gets there, bro, just let it come out. You can correct
Just let
yourself.
it go,
later.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Don't need to tuck the amphibian. Let the shit fly.
You are amphibian, though. For real. You are an amphibian.
What did we bring Taylor over here for?
I don't know.
No, because you were trying to say that NBA players are even close to as handsome as NFL players. NFL players way better looking than NBA
I
players.
love NFL players more.
Same, though.
So you think that he's beautiful? Denzel Ward beautiful?
Him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a nice face. You know what it is? What makes men beautiful, I guess,
Money?
in a way? No. But he
Houses,
has a very
trips to Italy.
he has a very nice clean face. He don't have like a Sunni or nothing like that.
What the fuck is a Sunni?
A big
Holy
beard.
shit,
That's
Taylor.
Philly. That's
A
Philly for you.
Sunni? Like,
Yeah, that's what we call it.
oh, shit. Like the Muslims, like the Sunni, and then the Shiites. Oh, wow.
Is that a bad?
No, they're just it's a sect of
That's what
Islam.
we say in Philly.
Yeah.
So
You got a Sunni.
But
Yo, that's hysterical.
but I mean, he has a nice clean face.
Yeah.
So just cleanliness of the face makes a guy good looking. That's
And
all
then
it is.
probably, I would say he's handsome. I wouldn't say he's beautiful.
Who's the most beautiful? Yeah.
As a man?
Yeah. You look at them, you're like, fuck.
Tyler Leppy. He's beautiful.
Who is Tyler? Oh, Tyler Leppy, my man.
Yes.
Tyler.
Oh
Who's
my
that?
God.
He's on P Valley. Me and Tyler did a movie
Ridiculous.
together back in the day, a movie called Ringside. That was a
Really?
wild set. Yeah, that was a wild set because like our trailers were next to each other and it was just like mad girls outside of both our trailers all the time. You know what I mean? It was insane.
Man, you are a liar, and you've always been a liar.
What's the problem here, yo? Why? What is wrong with y'all? It was insane, yo. Like, it was insane.
It was wild like
It
that.
was wild. I want to ask y'all about the Carlin doc, man, because I watched the George Carlin doc this weekend on HBO Max. First of all, I didn't know. Yeah, I always hear people mention George Carlin. I wasn't into George Carlin. Fucking brilliant. I don't see anybody doing that now.
Carlin?
I don't see anybody doing what Carlin's
doing,
bro.
Very specific thing what he's doing, man. Yeah. I love the 90s specials. I know a lot of people didn't love them as much because they got real dark.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought what he was tapping into there was like I thought it was like right up there with rock specials, which are some of the best of all time at that same exact time.
Praise, bro.
I remember it was like, kind of at the same time. I wish people revisit it as often as, they talk about Pryor's and Chappelle's and all that stuff, but it's right up there, man.
Rock is the closest to Carlin.
I think so too.
And it's
you put Carlin over Rock?
I mean, I relate to Rock more because he's black.
And it's
you know what I mean?
Carlin's white.
And but I just think he's the
Well, we
closest
ironed
to a
out
Carlin.
the basics, guys.
Huh? What do you say? Yeah, we ironed out the basics. You're right.
Real investigative journalism here.
I'm trying to say, like, I put Rock.
But I'm a who came first person. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there is a Rock without a Carlin. It's like yesterday when Ryan Clark posted, Chris Brown's more talented than Michael Jackson. How do you even come to that conclusion? And then everybody starts talking about, because Chris does graffiti and he can. I'm like, what talking about music and dancing?
Graffiti.
We're not talking about anything else. We're talking about music and dancing.
Yeah.
Like Tank said, because he does graffiti and he draws. And like, what are we talking about? I thought we were talking about music and dancing. So to me, Carlin came first. And man, I'm telling you, after watching that doc, I was like, wow, it had me think about something else too, right? I don't know if a black comic can make the observations George Carlin makes, because he's got like a bird's eye view of the world, and he's not in these groups that he might be discussing. He's able to just sit back and like look at it.
I don't think that's fair though. I think you got to think of it like Carlin was like a 70-year-old genius comedian. I hate saying the word genius in comedy person, but he's actually that. You know what I mean? A genius, 70, probably doing comedy, 55 years or something, whatever. He's at a level where nobody's doing that. I definitely think when Chappelle's 70 or if Patrice made it to 70 or, you know what I mean? It's true. Motherfuckers, when they get to 70, they may have that type of self-awareness and reflection, and that wealth of knowledge. Or Dick Gregory, you see Dick Gregory?
Oh, definitely Dick Gregory.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Well, damn. I would love to see what Cosby's up to now.
Really?
I'm sure Cosby's
he never was tapped in as far as socially, though. Like, when it comes to socially
he's got a different perspective now. One thing you won't hear him say is, what else? And he's definitely got a lot to talk about right now.
You think life showed him something?
Oh, sure.
But no, it's like, Carlin was so socially conscious, and it's weird, right? Because I look at all the comedians out now, with all of this shit going on in the world, they're not talking about the stuff that Carlin was talking about. People are using Carlin's old stuff to talk about what's going on now.
Yeah. Like what, for example?
Oh, I mean, everything political. Like literally everything from political, from abortion to voting, right? Racism, all of that type of stuff. I think people address it in certain, like you do it in the TV show a lot. That's what I like. I don't know if I necessarily see it on stage from people. I think people express that differently through different mediums now. They might talk about it on podcasts. They might talk about it, when they do their sketches or their scripted
You don't think
shows.
Bird does it?
Yes, I do. Not to the level of Carlin though, but yes, I think he does.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the unfair company. It's like you talking about.
That's true.
A Michael Jordan of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on a very, very short list. There's a Mount Rushmore. Carlin's on it. But 99% of the comics that's ever, picked up a mic.
Did you watch Louis' last one?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either, and I'm surprised. Like maybe he touched into some of these things. Like, I think you're talking about like very mature thought, and like someone who's like synthesized and digested life. And
I never thought about that. I never thought about the age thing. You're right.
It's important. Like if you talk to old heads that are wise, like everything they say just sounds so profound, right?
Yeah.
So it's like. And then you add the fact that this guy's been doing comedy that long, and he's just been like crafting these like bits and ideas.
Yeah, it also the way Carlin also kind of didn't need an audience the way he started performing when he started like kind of really, really locking in the late 90s. His shit was damn near spoken word. It was so rhythmic, and you could almost listen to it without any of the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like it was damn near a song. I remember even. In those days, they would do these promos where he would just go on these long rants and long runs from the special, and that was the promo for the specials, and they were just as enjoyable. Like he was just kind of on a different wave.
I never thought about that. I never factored in the age thing till just now.
Yeah, just life.
I just thought it was about what people cared about.
Nah, he's a G.
So y'all gonna wait till what, 60?
No,
really start going in.
You're never gonna even know. When it happens, it'll probably be appreciated. Look, like you just said, you don't hear that much about Carlin until this documentary.
Yeah.
Even. So sometimes people got to catch up to it. It might be happening, you don't even know it. Or it might be happening and we don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like people catch up to it when it's ready.
I think it's got to also reflect like what you care about, like what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Like it's not your responsibility as a comedian to like reflect to the times. It's your responsibility to reflect on like what you care about.
Yeah, that's like when they tell the rappers like you don't have to rap about things of substance.
Yeah,
you know
and
what
those
I mean?
songs are the worst when they're like, hey, you got to put out a love song. And then you got this like rapper who's rapping about some love shit. And like, he don't even give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to hear all that. I want to hear what you care about. And the most authentic stuff usually cuts through. At least for me, that's the thing that I care about.
And listen, I don't need it from everybody. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you do have that microphone and you are of a certain stature, let's see the wide range of things you can touch on. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I do. I agree with that. That's why it frustrates me to see when people don't go past that surface level.
Yes.
That like what do you call it? The excellence of
the upper limit theory.
It is that where you're like,
and you're in this, what's it called? The zone of excellence.
Sometimes killing at a level amongst your peers, you never want to risk going past that.
Mm-hmm.
And you never develop past that. So but it's ugly. There's a lot of ugly duckling years in that process that you kind of gotta, go through. And you feel like as a good comedian, you've already done your part. You've already been not good and got good. So you're not gonna take the risk to be considered not good again, even if it's growing. I think that's part of the reason why, like, people like Dave or, Rock, whatever, like they go away. You know what I mean? They go away
like
to work.
That. Yeah. Like take some time, reflect, like figure out how your life has changed.
Word.
Like I know this sensation. Like, trust me, I felt it. Like I just came off this crazy tour and the sensation is like, well, keep this ball rolling. And it's like, but that's not how you're going to create the show.
No,
that people need to feel. Like, I need to go away for maybe it's years, dude. Like, and I need to be in the clubs working, but like processing how I feel about the world. And then the crazy thing about stand up, and you mentioned all these old dudes, is like Carlin's stand up at the end wasn't his stand up in the beginning.
Nowhere near it.
And it took a process to even get, and his stand up was funny in the beginning.
Yeah, of course.
But like, you also have to go through them new growing pains when you change and start talking about different things you're going through, because you might not have the tools to execute those jokes the way you had the tools to execute the jokes early on.
Yeah, it comes a point where a performer actually catches up with the man, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and like,
I don't know if Dave as a performer has caught up with Dave the man yet. Because when you hear Dave talk, it's like
he's the best at talking out loud.
Speaking of spicy, I had a colonoscopy.
Yeah, you called me about that. You woke up hard. Why is that, you think? Can I read the text that you sent me? That's the weirdest thing I ever got in my life. I was glad I was out the country. I almost didn't come back. I almost didn't come back when you sent me that text message.
What was the text?
Yo, you must have still been high.
I was high as shit, bro.
Bro,
Anesthesia ain't wear off till like later that night, and I'm like, go ahead. What I
Saturday, 11:49 a.m. I don't need texts like this before noon on a Saturday. I just had a colonoscopy, period. Like, literally just got out. It's criminal that a man can give you something within 10 seconds, you're knocked out, and then he's in your butt. Not to mention, I woke up with a crazy hard dick. This shit not right. It seemed very right. It seemed exactly what you wanted, to be honest with you.
Listen, the hardest thing about a colonoscopy.
What made you text me that?
I do not know, bro.
Like, I'm really trying to understand
idea.
What made you message me. Like, why'd you wake up with a hard dick after a dude was in your ass, and then you go, I gotta tell Schultz this one. This is crazy.
I'm trying to figure out who else I sent that shit to. Because in my mind, I only told my wife that shit, yo.
Yeah, spell mistakes and everything. I knew you was feeling good. You was still shaking after that. No punctuation, nothing. You just need to get that shit out.
They told me when I went to go get my colonoscopy consultation, they told me to come back when I'm 45, right? But I have a history of it in my family. So being that I have a history of it in my family, they was like, all right, you can get the colonoscopy. I went to go get the colonoscopy. First of all, everybody should go get a colonoscopy when you get around that age. But the hardest part about it is the prep the day before. No. The hardest part about it was the prep the day before, because you got to take these pills.
Oh, yeah, you got to flush the system.
Flush your whole system out,
Yeah.
which is wild. Like, you can't even leave the house. Like, you got to be by that toilet.
Let me continue this conversation. I go,
I said more.
How you wake up hard? You go, bro, I have no idea. I go, did you ask? You said, Nah, I was kind of out of it and couldn't believe the anesthesia worked so well. Doctor was like, in 10 seconds, you'll be out. And when you wake up, it'll be over. And I woke up and I was like, Doc, we just getting started.
I didn't say that.
Are you sure you didn't say that? You think I made up that last part? Is that
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, yo, that shit is wild, dog. You ever had the anesthesia that they put in your... I never had anesthesia before. Have you ever had anesthesia?
No. What was the anesthesia? Blue Chew?
Bro.
Is that what they gave you?
I don't know, but whatever that shit was, the doctor goes, you ready? In 10 seconds, you're gonna be... In my mind, I'm like, yeah, right. You had it before, Chris? I don't remember. I mean,
Adios.
blacked out. And when you wake up, somebody got to wake you up. And I'm like, the fuck just happened, yo? And then you wake up. All they tell you is turn over on your left side. So you turn over on your left side and you wake up on your left side. Ass tooted in the air. And then when I rolled over, I got the big stiffy. I'm like, why the fuck?
How would that? You weren't concerned at all? The doctor was sucking you off or something? Yo, that could have happened.
I don't know.
You know what? You'll never know. You'll never know.
I just know that's what when I rolled over, one of my first thoughts was, when I do like this on my chin.
Yeah, that's what he said.
When I rolled over on my back, I'm like, why do I got the big stiffy?
Yeah.
What's the stiffy? Well, where'd the stiffy come from?
Nah, they didn't hit nothing. They sucked on it.
Man,
there's no way you don't know if they sucked on it. You need video, bro. You need video.
That's what I want. No, all jokes aside, anytime you do a colonoscopy, they should let us watch the video afterwards.
Yeah, especially if you wake up bricked.
I just want to see what went on.
Yeah,
you know
me too.
What I mean?
Me too.
The anesthesia wears off later, so you don't feel any soreness in your butthole until way later in the day. The shit is wild, bro.
Man, how'd it feel later?
What you mean, the butthole?
Yeah.
Very tender. Like tender to like the point where like it felt like you was doing Kegels.
Yeah.
And when you would do Kegels, it would hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing is trying to keep your butt from doing like this
from the squeezing.
Yeah. What you mean the squeezing?
You know, when you squeeze it.
The Kegel, the butt Kegel.
Yeah.
That's a little off, bro.
Taylor said that's your G-spot. That ain't your goddamn
That's a
G-spot.
little off. Taylor.
We do not have a G-spot on our ass. That is gay propaganda. Yes, it is.
Why are you saying
Oh my
that?
God, I hate when I hear this bullshit excuse.
Why do you think? Wait, why
Clearly,
do you think?
the gay
I thought American
community-
Pie started that.
Say what?
I thought American Pie started that when Stifler was getting was
but
getting
it's
some
not it. The
procedure.
seminal fluid comes out, the actual fluid, but no actual semen comes out.
What do you mean? You can nut from your butthole?
Not nut. It's not nut.
It just stimulates you.
It doesn't stimulate you. It's just there's a liquid that ends up coming out, but there's no actual cum in it.
I don't know, man.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying that y'all have a spot there that turns y'all on.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
You telling a man about his body? Okay,
No,
Taylor.
why don't you tell me about my body? How about this?
Have you ever had your gooch licked?
How about this? You don't have a G-spot.
Yes, I do.
The Gucci ain't the G-spot though, Taylor. You talking about inside.
No, I know. I'm talking about inside too. Y'all
No,
have
there's
one.
no
I do
G-spot
believe that
in
if there
there.
was really a G-spot in our buttholes, it'd be more conversation about it. It's really not a conversation about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not like when you take a shit, you start nutting. Like
Great
if we
point.
had a G-spot in our
That's two
asshole when we would shit,
different
we would nut.
That
I
shit
think
is
so.
coming down. Someone's pushing
But
up.
you don't think the shit would tickle it a little bit on the way down?
Yeah, it's gonna push against it.
That's the same thing I'm asking about. Like,
What do you mean? Like when you go on like a horseback ride, like that shit hits your clit, it feels good. Or a roller coaster.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Exactly.
yeah, because y'all.
Why do you think
y'all-
women need to ride
y'all
side saddle?
cheeks are.
And why would our creator make it so hard to
Bust
reach?
nuts all over a horseback. You don't know that? Why do you? That's why women have to ride side saddle. Because these horny sluts were coming all over these stallions. You know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's true. They started using it as conditioner for the mane.
That's
the horse's
facts.
mane.
That's facts.
No, for real.
No, the
People wonder why
softer
the
the
horse's
mane.
mane looks the way it does.
It's a
That's what
fact.
it was. Back in the day, instead of like wiping it off,
Yep.
they would just like brush it through the mane.
Yup.
You didn't
This
know
is
that?
true. These are true facts that we made up.
If your G-spot was in your butt, why would your creator make it so hard to find? You know what I'm saying?
There's no G-spot in the butt. Like this is, listen, if I was a gay dude, I would say the same shit to straight guys.
You word up.
You know what I mean? Like, your G-spot's really in your butt. Oh, is it? I
see
can help you
American
find
Pie,
it.
right?
Yeah.
You see how Stifler got turned on?
Exactly.
But gay people, like, they clearly enjoy it.
Taylor, stop trying to tell us about our bodies.
It's the only hole they can fuck. You know what I mean? Whether they enjoy it or not, that's what's there. You got to work with what you're given.
Salute to the LGBTQ community. I don't want to talk about them this week because they said that we be appropriating gay culture. You know what I mean?
What you mean?
I don't want them to feel like I was appropriating gay culture.
Wait, well, how are we appropriating
because
gay
remember
culture?
we had the conversation last week about whether I'm a bottom or a top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was saying how I got power top energy, so I was on not that, that's neighborhood talk. Forget neighborhood talk. Go to the great Instagram of gay Instagram, gay magazine. I love this Instagram, by the way. Whenever I get posted on here, this Instagram.
I don't know if you listened to the start of this podcast, but you go right back up to the gay magazine post.
No,
your colonoscopy,
bro. This right here is the funniest Instagram, bro. At least when they post, like, yo, they are so mad about. Well, no, not all of them are mad. Let me take that back because they're actually having a great discussion about straight men like us who are comfortable having these kind of conversations. But then there are other people saying that we're appropriating gay culture and they need heterosexual men to stop appropriating gay culture.
Yo. Yeah.
Comment that's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hey, I'm losing my eyesight. Read it, Taylor, because I can't read it. I fuck with Charlamagne. I like how he takes questions that would have most dudes heated and just roll with him.
Charlamagne goes to get LASIK surgery, fix his eyes, wakes up, dick rock. You're like, yo, I woke up from surgery and get my dick hard as hell.
No,
yo, where'd you go get LASIK? I went to the colonoscopy guy. He said he could do it. So
I would love any doctor to tell me why that is, though. I don't want to Google this information. I tried Googling it, but I'm like, I don't even know what to begin to Google.
What is?
I Googled, like, why you wake up with the stiffy
ain't no
after a colonoscopy.
You wake up with the stiffy.
But I want if this is a regular thing. I want to know why this happened.
Bro, nah.
You know?
No. That doctor was sucking
Scroll
you
down,
off.
Taylor.
You were getting sucked on, bro.
Oh, scroll down some more. There's one that
come on, Taylor. Just scroll down. Yo, let me tell you, LGBTQ community, let me tell you something. We are gay.
Man, shut up.
We are gay on this podcast.
This one guy said, my people can't make up their mind. If he would have gotten angry saying, I'm straight, don't come with me with that gay shit, we would be up in arms talking about his homophobia. Being able to have some type of education on the community is a great thing, in my opinion. He's able to laugh and have fun with the interview. I agree. Scroll down. Oh, right there, this one. This guy, he said, we are losing our culture to the pseudo straight man.
Yo, sex isn't your culture. Do you know what I mean?
I think being gay is a culture.
No, sex. We're talking about the sex, the act of sex.
Mm-hmm.
The act of sex isn't culture. That's not unique.
I agree. But I think what he means...
Culture is like the language,
but that's what we're
dance,
using. We're doing that, though.
Connectivity.
We're using their language.
Yeah, but we're gay.
Shut up, man.
Yo, son, don't tell me I'm not gay. I come in here once a week. I'm gay. I'm gay from Tuesday, 10 a.m. to about 12 noon on a Tuesday. Your boy is gay. Gay. Big gay. Big gay. Big Schultz. Big gay. Big Schultz. Hands on my knees and the top. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Hands on my knees and I'm on that shit.
If your New Year's goal is to manage your budget better and save money, you need Rocket Money. Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, like that streaming service you bought to watch just one show on, or that free trial that you never even used. Man, that's the story of my life. Rocket Money will quickly and easily identify your subscriptions for you so you can stop paying for the ones you don't want. Rocket Money makes canceling subscriptions as easy as a click of a button. Simply find the subscription you don't want and press cancel, and Rocket Money will cancel it for you. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to $720 a year. I know I need this because I know that there is streaming services I downloaded just to watch one show and never used again. I absolutely positively need this, so I got to stop throwing my money away. Okay, I got to cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage my expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/idiots. All right, that's what I want you to do as well. All right, go to rocketmoney.com/idiots. That's rocketmoney.com/idiots. Rocketmoney.com/idiots. Let's get back to the best of the Brilliant Idiots 2022.
Nick Cannon do.
This is wild.
Let me see this.
You gotta
Hold on.
hear this. This is wild. This is a wild statement for anybody to make, yo.
All right, let's see this.
The wilding out head honcho is wild.
80% of women that probably need assistance when it comes to female hygiene.
You
And then there's this magnificent 20% that have no smell.
I think
and
I'm
it's
part
fresh.
of the 2% because I definitely agree with
20.
Stephanie.
It's
No,
a 20.
I'm narrowing it down.
But even because
I'm at the top of that 20%.
and those are the
We up here
keepers.
with that.
Those are the
And let me
keepers.
tell
Those
you-
are like, yo, fresh out, like
I'm
sitting
telling
in
you,
the
if
shower.
I
It
stick
was
my-
amazing.
If I
Yes,
stick, if
that's me.
I could
That's
swirl
not
around
normal.
Swirl
and
around.
like, it's gonna be a nice
That's
taste and
amazing.
everything.
That's amazing, but that's not normal.
Well, it's normal for me.
All these girls acting like they pussy don't stink sometimes.
But
I guess
Come on, yo.
You want me to eat this?
Yeah, and maybe,
But you hear
present
this,
company
ladies?
excluded. We talk about this all the time. Do y'all know when y'all stinking up the room? Like,
I don't have those.
Well, see, I said present
I
company.
already know that.
Yeah, he don't got the heart to tell one of them they stink.
But
that's the thing.
But
Because
I've never been in that position.
people stink up
Wait,
the
what?
ass.
It's like once or twice.
You've never smelled
you
bad
for women,
poop?
you
In the
know,
whole life,
how
once
is-
or twice.
You're you. You got you
No, I
got
have a
teams
story
and
one
right.
time.
stylists.
Okay.
This guy I know probably told me he was.
Tell me what's wild about that statement before I say what I think is wild about that statement.
Wait, what's wild about 80% of women need help with feminine hygiene?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe he's right. He would know.
You think he's fucked 80% of women?
Yeah.
Okay, you might have a point.
I think he's gone through a nice sample size. And you could use that as like, you know how they decide if the state, who wins the state based on like, you know, testing 1,000
Yeah.
people. I think, I don't know. I think he might know something here.
Now I will say this. You know, you
You've
know,
never smelled like a gross box?
yeah, I have, but I mean, it's supposed to smell like something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But have I smelled this one that smells sour? Yes. You know what I mean?
Those
But-
are just rough, huh?
Huh?
Those are rough when they smell like that, right? You don't.
You know, my
Will
dad.
it stop you from
My
eating?
daddy gave me a lot of bad advice when I was younger, man. My daddy said, if it smells like cologne, leave it alone. If it smells like fish, eat all you wish.
No, he didn't say that.
Now that I get up, not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm 44 and I need to call my dad and ask him what that meant.
Yeah.
Because now, when I think about it now, I'm like, well, damn, how long have trans women been around?
Wait, why?
If it smells like cologne,
Oh, shit.
so I don't know what he was saying. I thought he was saying one thing. Maybe he meant something else. You know what I mean? Because back then I just thought I was young. So like when you hear cologne, perfume, you just think it's all one fragrance. But now that I'm old, I'm like, what the fuck did
What
that
do
mean?
you
Dad?
mean by that? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask him. But
Bro.
what? If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. If it smells like fish, eat all you wish. That's what my dad used to always say. And like, like my dad,
Men
and my
wear cologne
uncles-
is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And older men around me would always be like, it's supposed to have some type of smell. So I mean, it's not stink, but
Yeah.
and by the way, do we ever smell our balls
I mean, my shit stinks, bro.
after a hard day?
Yeah.
Like you take them drawers off, you're like, oh shit,
It's like that Cameron lyric, bro.
what?
Because she licked my balls right after I played
I play ball.
No wash them, no nothing. Hear what I say, y'all?
Yo.
Okay, y'all. Act like St. J, y'all. I turn the baddest bitches gay, y'all. yo, Cam is the
Cam was
fucking
the
man, son.
Nah, Cam is the illest. That's just a wild statement to make. Like all of us don't have odors at some point in time.
Yeah.
You know, because I think he even made the statement like, you know, like you don't even have to do it. It's like fresh out the shower, whatever. So it's like everybody who doesn't wash before they have sex. You don't wash before you have sex. You're not just diving in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless it's like
Well, sometimes you dive in, you coming right from the club, you're not taking a shower.
that's different.
Yeah.
You both smell like the club.
You smell like the
You know what I'm
club.
saying? You both smell like the club, or you both smell like you've been outside. That's different. And you probably intoxicated.
You're not even thinking about
Not
it.
even thinking about it. You're out.
Yeah.
Like, boom. And most women have the wherewithal to, go Give it a little.
Oh, spritz it up. Spritz it up. Yeah.
Spritzer. You know what I mean?
Okay, so why are these girls that are hooking up with Nick Cannon feeling like they don't have to clean their vaginas first? That's
How do we know Nick not throwing pH balances off? Oh, all the women he's sleeping with.
Oh shit! So Nick is bad for pussy.
I'm just saying. Wildin'. Yo, that'd be a funny ass signal for Nick. If Nick want to tell women when they got a stink vagina, wildin'. As soon as their pants come off, she know what time it is.
So they gonna have so many jokes on Nick for this next season with these kids. At the family reunion, ain't no room in this bitch, cause all of his kids.
Hey. Haley, you ever had a guy tell you that?
Have you ever had a guy say that your crotch smelled like a garbage bag?
that box was thinking. that poom poom was pungent. Never?
I told you.
Boom, boom. What
Me don't eat no garbage pussy.
I told y'all before though, like I had to sniff myself like, oh shit, it was not the time to do that.
What, really?
Oh, you smelled yourself.
What did you smell like?
Coming at ya. What happened?
Some 80s rap come out of that shit. Hoop, hop, hip it, hip hop your dog style.
Touch this.
Yo, you pull your panties off some 80s rap.
Yo, you pull your panties off and somebody start rapping in the 80s, bro. Lord have mercy.
Crazy.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to think of more 80s songs.
It's been a long time.
I should have left you without a douchebag to step to.
Without watch rap.
There was one I like when I like when hacks bomb. I like when comics that think they're the shit with they hacky shit bomb. This dude did it on my show. I let him on my show, let him do a couple minutes. He rocked his little, it was hacky as fuck. He did all right. He did cool at first. Then he was real confident. Can I get on the show again? You know what I'm saying? And we was like, yeah, cool. You go. And he was like, man, I don't know if certain cats I don't know if motherfucker can follow me. I was like, oh.
He said that?
I was like, he just came out of the blue and said that about one comic. Another comic was going to go on. He goes, you sure you want to go after me?
Whoa.
He went up and ate his dick and we enjoyed it. And you know when you do well? Yo, you know when you do well, you hang around the club.
Yeah, he was
when
out.
you do well. Oh, he's I got another gig. Yeah. Why don't you go wash out your dry mouth, you jackass? Get the fuck out of here. Here's some water for that dry mouth. He's like, I gotta go I was like, yeah, here's some water for that fucking cotton mouth. You bomb, beat it.
Damn.
Yeah, I enjoy that when I see hacks, but yeah, because I'm gonna be real honest.
Yeah,
mediocrity is the fucking mode of the day. It's like it's just too much mediocrity in comedy to me.
I think it's too much mediocrity everywhere.
A lot of TED Talks going on.
Yeah,
a lot of fucking TED Talks.
I'd rather just start a podcast if you want to.
Yeah.
Do a real TED Talk.
Yeah, do it real. Just put TED in the back.
TED Talks.
TEDx thing.
It's great.
Just put TEDx. When you go to the comedy club,
I did one. That's great.
Right. Put a TEDx thing, and we won't expect no punchlines. Cool.
Yeah.
But don't fucking come to a comedy club and you're just fucking talking. And where's the fucking punchline? You gonna tell me we did it wrong? You remember? Tell me Carlin did it wrong, Cosby did it wrong, Pryor did it wrong, Joan Rivers did it wrong, all these Bernie Mac did it wrong. No, they did not.
No, I think a lot of people are watching Chappelle's last 30 minutes of his show. So they'll watch him. Like you'll go to Chappelle's show and you'll see the show.
And you'll be like, I want to recreate.
That's the punchline. But then when the show's over, Chappelle will stick around.
Oh, yeah.
And do 30 minutes, 40 minutes of just
30,
talking.
40. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think people are watching that
I know the
now.
show is over, but it's still, I want to bring my friends
That's what I'm saying.
on stage.
Oh, when you saw what he did.
I want my friends to sing some songs. We got John Mayer. He's going to sing some songs.
Bro.
Then we got some other people. Oh, shit. Got another band, Talib Kweli. And we got some other people. Got a whole bunch. We're going to have a whole concert. And after the concert, I'll do another hour because I can't leave.
That would just be me talking.
I heard from Noam at the Comedy Cellar. Gave you a great compliment. He goes, Daryl Hammond, SNL.
Hell yeah.
He goes, Daryl Hammond would work his impressions for like weeks to try to get them down. He'd work them, but he'd go up at the Cellar, he'd work them out, he'd be tweaking things, he goes, Godfrey would hear somebody once and do a better impression than Daryl Hannah.
That's a gift, man.
If you don't even work it, it feels like.
I can't, and I got rejected by SNL 3 times.
Says a lot about SNL than it does you.
I remember my first audition at SNL.
Yeah, why did you never get SNL, man? I'm trying to understand
and
that.
what's funny is Daryl Hammond ended up telling me why. Years later, what was the reason? Well, when I first did it, it was me, Tracy Morgan, Kevin James. It was a bunch of Jimmy Fallon. It was all of us.
There's talent.
And we're at the comic strip. And they was like, you need 4 characters and 4 impersonations.
Yep.
So I did some characters and shit. I did impersonations. Then I added an extra impersonation just to top that bitch. I did Johnny Carson because I'm a black dude doing Carson. I was like, wow, did not know that. Good stuff. I had a standing ovation my first audition. I'm coming from Chicago. Mm-hmm. I grew up watching Eddie Murphy. I'm thinking, I might get this shit. I got a standing ovation, bro. Didn't even make it to the second round.
Wow.
What happened?
They ended up picking Tracy. I didn't make it to the second round. And everybody's like...
Wow. So they weren't going for impressions then?
No. They told me what I needed to do. They gave you the instructions.
Yeah, but that's the same for everything. I maybe it was a casting thing because Tracy, they're going for character, right? Tracy's always playing Tracy.
Right.
But I just don't understand even after that.
was the one new black at a time.
Well, yeah.
What
is this rule you speak of?
It probably was.
What is going on over here?
You speak of for the past 100 years.
What is all of this? You'll take what we give you.
Is you ain't my baby. Baby,
okay, second
please
time.
Don't let me down.
Yo, you know the wildest thing is a glizzy, bro. Why do they call hot dogs glizzies,
I don't know
bro?
where that started, yo.
Me neither.
When I was a kid, we didn't call them glizzies.
Hell no. That shit sounds disgusting. Like glizzy gobbler. Like that shit should be a slur, bro. Like you shouldn't be able just to be out here telling people they putting glizzies in their mouth, bro. That's wild. Y'all don't think that's wild?
It is.
A glizzy?
It is wild. I don't know when it started.
It's like Snoop saying gay, like back in the day, like Gizzle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Gizzle was gay?
No, but that's how Snoop would have said it back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
He'd have been like, you glizzle. You glizzle, my nizzle?
You glizzle. I can't even start. But dude, a glizzy gobbler is
glizzy
crazy.
gobbler is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You a different kind of glizzy. If you a glizzy gobbler?
No.
Like why? You can't even eat a hot dog in peace without somebody saying, what you doing putting that glizzy in your mouth?
There's a video. It looks like they were feeding glizzies to this special needs dude in Coney Island. Did you see the Side Talk video when they were out in Coney Island? Bro, what? One in each hand, and they just feeding him a glizzy at the same.
That's wild, man.
It was crazy.
I seen the video where the dude had the hot dog and like the hot dog was so long it was hanging out the bun.
Yeah.
And he goes, and right before he bites, you hear somebody go, "Hey, yo!" And he stops and he gets so fucking mad. You might as well have just called him a slur because he got so mad. He was like, "Yo, you gonna put that whole glizzy in your mouth?" Dude was like, "Why the fuck I can't just eat a glizzy in peace?"
My favorite one is dude sneaks up on his boy who's about to eat it. And he just goes, "Hey, yo!" And dude just goes, fucking throws.
Yo! Hey, yo! This nigga got the glizzy! You got the glizzy! You glizzy gobbler!
He chucks that shit, man.
Glizzy is wild. And for nobody in New York to be pausing that, Jesus Christ.
That's a super pause.
How was your week, though? I just want to know how your week was, man.
No hot dogs. I didn't take any hot dogs down. No, my meat. No.
My meat was good. Had a good meat. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, y'all are crazy, bro. Y'all are fucking crazy. Where the glizzy gobblers at, bro?
Where the glizzy gobblers
Shout out to the glizzy gobblers, bro. The semen demon. This girl called herself a semen demon, bro. You didn't see that?
No.
Man, this girl was crazy, bro.
Does she like to drink semen?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That's what glizzy goblin sounds like.
Yeah.
Glizzy goblin sounds like somebody who likes to drink semen, bro.
That's the girl who slurped up the Phoenix Suns. Do you remember that girl? She
No.
kind of went viral for that shit. But she called herself the semen demon. Like,
how did somebody find out you sucked off a whole team?
I think she said it.
Really?
Yeah. No, but she said it. She was like,
But
yeah.
what if she didn't really suck off the whole team? What if she sucked off like 4 or 5 of them? But then it's a whole bitch that's like, we didn't get none, no head. And now they getting in trouble at home.
I thought you said bitch. A whole bench. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
That's to practice bad habits.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. I think that this generation doesn't understand your hip hop pedigree. You know what I mean? Like, they think you're somebody who just started doing, Vlad TV, and that's where it started for you in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I didn't even know about the breakdancing thing, but I remember back in like the early 2000s, some of my first national looks as a personality were on those beef.
The beef
DVDs you were doing.
DVD, the mixtapes, essentially. Yeah, I put you and Buffy the Body arguing with each other on the radio on one of the beef DVDs. And I remember we talked on the phone around that time.
Because that was big. Like, you got to think that was before the internet. So, you might have had like all hip hop. You might have had like SOHH. So DVDs were everything. The mixtapes were everything. So to get a prominent look on a national mixtape like that was like huge. And that's when I first started hearing about Vlad TV. Then
DJ Vlad at the time.
DJ Vlad at the time. Then I started paying attention, and it was like, you did the documentaries on Oakland about Mac Dre, who I never even knew about Mac Dre.
Ghost Ride the Whip, the hyphy movement documentary. They did American Gangster on Mac Dre and the Romper Room Gang.
Yep. So I mean, it's stuff like that I feel like if people knew, they wouldn't criticize you so harshly.
Well, and I've always and you could talk to anyone about this in our space. Like, I've always seen up and coming talent, and I've always embraced them. You know what I mean? Like I said, like when I heard you, I'm like, oh, Charlamagne's dope. I never heard about him before, but I'm going to put him on this mixtape. Adam 22, Academics, Sean Cotton, from Say Cheese TV. Like, all these guys, I reached out to them early, put them on my platform, and was like, you know what I mean? Because when I was coming up, I just got hated on. Like, you know what I mean? Source wasn't fucking with me. Double XL wasn't fucking with me. Hot 97. Like none of the radio stations or anything were trying to really, you know what I mean?
What do you mean when you first started doing the mixtapes?
Well, just period. Okay. Whether mixtapes or when I started doing Vlad TV. When Vlad TV started to become a real entity, I reached out. Like, I had meetings at Double XL and stuff like that. That went fucking nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't believe in it.
They didn't believe in it, and they didn't even want to like really associate with it. And they were like, I was like, yo, you guys are really kind of behind the ball here. Like, this print shit is really going away. They were like, oh no, we don't need your help. We know what we're doing. It's like,
yo, that's wild that when you think about all of those institutions, none of them evolved into the digital age.
Yeah, the Sources, a rap.
None of them.
Ozone Magazine, rap.
Yeah, Ozone was Ozone is the one that bothers me the most because I used to write for Ozone with the Chin Check. Duval used to do something in Ozone. I forgot what Duval's segment was called, but they had salute to Julia Beverly. She had her fingers on the pulse of everything that was coming out of the South.
Yeah.
So they could have been the first World Star, the first Vlad TV, everything.
Yep. Never transitioned.
Why do you think that is? And how did you have the wherewithal to know this is where the game was going?
I think that, like before Vlad TV and the whole DJ career, I went to school at UC Berkeley. And I was a computer science major, and I worked at like Intel. And
I didn't know you went to Berkeley.
Yeah.
You're a smart one.
Yeah.
You could be a spy.
Yeah.
You could be a spy.
Yo, they always say the feds. He might not be the feds. He might be working for Putin, bro. I mean, if I was working for Putin, I would put out an article in Variety saying he's an asshole. You know what I mean? This guy could be a spy, bro. This is
Russian
genius.
spy. I'm a Russian spy. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, man.
That's way better. That's way better.
That's better than the feds.
Yeah, feds. Everybody's the feds, right? This is working for Putin, bro. This is good.
And this ties into the Trump conspiracy also.
Yeah,
Like,
you got the P-tapes, dog. You need to get Trump on Vlad. That would be fucking
That'd be kind
fire.
of ill, wouldn't it?
Hell
Maybe.
yeah.
We'll see.
So
You think he got it?
Huh?
So he got to get Trump on.
He would. I think Trump would do Vlad TV.
Yeah,
because he's all about the numbers.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, he's all about the numbers.
But to answer your question, like, I was a computer programmer for a little bit, and but I studied in school. Like, I majored in it, so it was like I approached Vlad TV as much of a technology company as I did a content company. So the back end of, I spent millions of dollars over the years, me and my programmer were building this whole back end of how can we really function and put out a large amount of daily content with a small staff. And that was where the technology in the back end, like me right now, we put out 10 new clips a day plus 2 flashbacks and full interviews on certain days. So
every day?
Every day.
Damn.
365 days a year, holidays, weekends, birthdays, whatever else. And to create that amount of content requires a system that could facilitate that and where people aren't stepping on each other's toes and uploading the wrong thing and everything else like that. So approaching it like a .com, you could say, along with the content company, allowed us to sort of grow in ways that I think other similar companies could not.
What was your childhood like?
My childhood like? Well, you got to understand. First, I was in Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts. I was a little kid. And we were around kind of a Russian community and everything else like that. My relatives were around and so forth. My parents went and moved to San Mateo, California, right? They bought a house, their first house, and they, this is where they settled. I was down the street from my, elementary school. But now I'm this kid named Vlad in the 80s with no Russian kids anywhere, no Russian families, no Russian anything.
This is like
in the whole
post-Cold
school,
War.
And this is in the middle of the Cold War.
You're the bad guy in every movie.
I'm the bad guy in every movie, and I'm like,
right, like in every movie in the 80s, there was a guy named
Red
Vlad.
Dawn. You know
Every
what I mean?
movie.
Like,
Yeah.
War Games, like whatever else. So it's
Who
like
did you root for in Rocky 4?
Rocky.
You did?
Yeah.
Took too long.
Yeah.
Took too long to answer that one.
Yeah.
Took too long to answer. This guy's a fucking spy.
I don't remember.
This guy's a fucking spy, dude. You know who you were rooting
You cheered
for.
when Drago killed Apollo Creed?
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Did you turn the movie off then? Were you like, that's the end?
The comedy skills have improved, I gotta say. And he's much sharper. They're much sharper than
Thank
I
you,
remember.
Vlad. The comedy aficionado. What's your position on porn? Like, do you think porn should be illegal?
I like missionary.
Ask for a position.
He said, "What's my position on porn?" I like missionary and doggy stuff. I like porn, man.
Like,
porn is cool.
Do you think it should be regulated at all? Do you think there should be any rules? Like, there's a lot of porn that's just up there.
Honestly, I don't know, because I don't know why our parents kept it from us when we were young. I remember getting caught with a penthouse of something. I had a Trapper Keeper, and I just had like the pages in my Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
And my mom caught me, and I remember my dad saying like, "Yo, I remember overhearing him in the kitchen, because we grew up in a single wide mobile home, so my room was right by the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing my dad say, "So you want me to punish him because he's looking at goddamn Playboy?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He came in my room and he was like, "Yo, look, man, just hide this shit from your mama better next time." I told you, put that away. You know what I mean? Hide this shit from your mama better next time. So it's like, I don't know why they hid it from us.
Yeah.
We're going to see naked women at some point in our life. Women are going to see naked men at some point in their life.
Yeah.
Like, I think once your child is old enough to understand sex and you tell them about the birds and the bees, what's the problem with porn? I'm not going to sit around and watch one with my kid.
Okay.
But
What about this? Like, porn, if somebody was going to make this devil's advocate argument, porn, generally speaking, is displaying sex in a way that the man would like, because men are the biggest consumers of porn.
Okay.
And maybe that changes as more and more women watch porn. But does it warp a young person's idea of how to fuck if the content is being created for the ideal way that a guy wants to fuck? So some 12-year-old, or like me, when I was younger, I'm watching like, oh, wow, that's how you have sex with a girl. You do it in that crazy way. It doesn't really seem like they're caring if the girl enjoys it or not.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense.
So now you got these kids that are going and hooking up with these girls. They're like 14, 15, 16 years old, right? And they're like, with really no concept of this is how a woman would be pleased, because the porn is shot in a way to just please the dude.
Yeah. The biggest complex.
Am I making sense?
I get it totally. It's so funny. Yes, I've heard that before. I know people who feel like they had a significant others who had porn addictions, and that was one of the things. Like, you know, and
they fuck like in the porn.
Yeah, and it's like they and it gives the woman a complex because it makes them feel like I can never be that.
Yeah,
I can't get to that.
And also, like, even doing that might not be what you enjoy. But now you're doing this thing because you're like, oh, that's what guys like.
Yeah.
So the girl's like, oh, I'm going to just let you fucking throat me or whatever like that. Or like face fucking. It's like the dude's like, that doesn't really feel that great. It's kind of like rubbing against your teeth and shit like that. And the girl's like, well, this doesn't feel that good because I'm just like a punching bag for your dick.
That's how I felt about dicks. Watching dicks in pornos all those years.
What, uncircumcised?
No, I was just like, I'm like, that's not real. Nobody's dick is that big.
Oh, yeah.
So even if I could do those crazy moves, I don't have the dick.
Well, dude, what should they do what they do in sports?
What? Draft dicks?
No, like, you know, if some guys are, you know, looking like they're using performance enhancing drugs or something like that, then punish them.
Yeah,
kick them out. Kick them out.
I mean, that's the thing with porno, though. Porno, you want to see that. Like, that's the thing about porn. You don't want to see average.
I want to see a guy disappoint the girl every once in a while. I want to see it more relate. I want to see a guy be like, can we have one porn where the guy's like, I'm just not in the mood, babe. Like,
where's the premature ejaculation porn?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
Where the 30-second?
bad.
Yo, look that up on Pornhub, Taylor.
Why do y'all keep making me put porn on my computer?
Don't act like you don't watch porn.
Come on,
That's the thing with women. Mad women watch porn. But y'all do enjoy porn, right?
Yes, I do.
I know.
What porn do you enjoy?
I gotta watch porn when I masturbate.
But no. I've heard this before.
Me too.
Do you watch lesbian porn?
No.
But I've heard women go, I watch.
I could watch gay porn though.
Hold on. So you like
hold on. Gay porn?
Yes, but I think,
Sabi, what do you think about that? Sabi is judging you right now.
Yeah, Sabi is like, what the fuck?
How many dicks you need, lady? That's what she said. Hold on. You watch two dudes fucking?
Okay, so
God, you love dick.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things where I like just watching it. When I see two guys, I'm not thinking like, oh, it's two guys, whatever. It's just two people, and I see dick. I like seeing the dick.
Now, see, that's interesting because I know women who don't like gay porn.
But I know a lot of women that do watch gay porn too.
Really?
I know women who, maybe I'm older, but women used to watch lesbian porn, and that made sense to me because that porn is made to satisfy the woman.
The woman, yeah.
Right? The women are eating each other out in a way that women would like. And that's why a woman could put herself in the mind frame of the girl receiving and then just ignore the fact that...
But it's like what you said. There's no end.
What do you mean there's no end?
There's no end
What does that mean?
Like,
what does that mean
they're
there's no
just
end?
eating each other. Like, I want to see
No, the
finish.
girl will squirt. Yeah. The girl will squirt.
No, that's not end. Like, she's still going. I want to see the end.
You want to see a guy come.
Yes.
Because we end it.
Yes.
A squirt can be,
That's
you're
fine,
right.
dude.
A squirt is not an ender, but it can be.
I mean, don't criticize this. This is fine.
No. A squirt is like a semicolon.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a comma. Yeah. The sentence keeps going.
Isn't finished.
Yeah.
But we got part of it.
Yeah. That's what that is. Yeah.
That's right. A girl's orgasm is a comma. Our orgasm is a period.
Period.
That's exclamation
Period.
point.
In
though.
the story.
Yo.
All right. The book is over. All right. Turn the Audible off.
So you need to see a dude come and then it's over. You need the money shot.
I mean, no, not. I could come during the porn. But,
Yeah.
like, I like to see it end.
So you'll type in gay porn in your laptop.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Don't judge. I see a lot of judgment come from y'all.
I'm not
Don't judge
judging.
me.
What about trans porn?
No, I haven't done that.
That shit is wild. And Pornhub don't give you no warning. Like, you be scrolling through videos.
Yeah.
Like, I was scrolling through, I just seen some big ass titties and a big ass dick. And I had to look because I thought that they were in like some weird position where the woman was on top. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. This is all one unit.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is all one unit, bro.
This is everything I need.
Word is fun.
I don't want to see.
I think trans porn is actually straighter. I would joke around about this on Flagrant, but if you think about it, if there's a trans woman,
Okay.
so that means a woman that has a penis and tits, and then a cis woman, right? That's the same amount of penis as regular porn.
I don't understand this math equation.
Explain what I'm trying to say. It's just more titties.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Right? Because if you have a man and a woman, they're having sex.
Yeah.
That's two titties, right? If you have a trans woman That means a woman with a penis and a woman having sex. That's 4 titties.
Yeah, I care nothing about tatas.
Really?
Yeah, I don't care about breast at all.
Really?
Not even a little bit. Mm-mm.
Really?
Mm-mm. Not even when I eat chicken. I'm a leg and thigh guy.
Oh no, you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm not a.
I'm like that too.
I don't care about breast. I don't care. Like that's not what I look for when I look for a porno.
Is that right?
Mm-mm. Maybe because maybe because we've seen so many breasts throughout the years. Like breasts used to be back in the day. Seeing a nipple was a thing when you were young.
Yeah.
Now it's like that's the first thing you see all the time.
You know what's interesting about breasts, bro?
I'm serious. Even guys got them.
Yeah, breasts. You know what's the interesting thing about breasts? Breasts, now titties are great, but
is there a difference between titties and breasts?
Yeah, of course. But titties being just barely covered are almost better than titties uncovered.
Ooh, no, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. Like when you got like a little star on it or something.
Yeah,
you know
or like a shirt that's kind of see-through. You can see like the darkness of the nipple through it, but like so you almost feel like, am I seeing something I shouldn't?
Yeah,
you know, like that's why like a nipple piercing is fire, right? Because you get to see titty and you're like, yo, does she know I'm looking at a titty right now? Like, yeah, you feel
women got those outfits. What's those outfits, Taylor? Like they be having those outfits with
side
the
boob
smegma?
and under boob.
The side boob, under boob, crazy.
Side boob still fire.
Side boob always
still
hit.
fire. Side boob and nice cleavage is definitely still fire.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. If a girl's just walking down the street, their titties all out, it's like for a second you'd be like, oh, titties, and after I'd be like, put them shits away. Yo.
You know what I look for with the cleavage? I look for it from a fashion perspective a lot of times. Because sometimes
Gay! Carry on. Carry on.
Sometimes with those dresses, and you see it a lot during New York Fashion Week, the way they have those plunging dresses.
Yes.
Like, they be looking fire when you got the right cleavage, yo.
Yes.
Huh?
Bras aren't really being existent in the summertime.
Wait a minute, you guys don't wear bras?
It's not becoming like a thing like that.
How often do you guys wash your bras, and do they start to
It's
stink like your armpits?
We kind of do it like how y'all wash your jeans.
I don't wash my
that's
jeans.
disgusting.
We never
Wait,
wash
time out,
jeans,
wait.
yo.
Y'all never wash your jeans?
I don't.
I don't.
No,
You've never washed your jeans?
I don't.
you mess up the fit.
Yeah.
What?
I might dry clean them every
They
now and
tell you not to wash them. You go to a nice jean store, they're like, don't wash the jeans. You got to
Yeah.
work these in.
then. Yeah, you got to break them in a few times.
So, wait, what?
What do you mean? What?
How
Wash your
many times
bra,
have you wore
yo.
those?
Gross.
How many times have you wore those jeans?
How many times have you washed your bra? Stop asking personal
Okay.
questions.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like we don't have to wash it. If I'm sweating, I'm gonna wash my bra. But if it was a regular day, I might wash it like the next maybe
Musky ass too.
That's
real
nasty,
talk.
yo. That's like underwear.
Yeah, that is
It's
crazy.
not. It's really not. It's
Yeah.
two different things.
But do you like when you take your bra off, is the guy you're hooking up with like, God damn?
No.
Yo,
Bras don't
Yo,
smell.
now we know why. Because girls do put deodorant under their breasts.
That's it.
Right?
You do under
I don't
titty
put under
deodorant?
my
I've seen girls put deodorant under their breasts.
Why?
Because they
What do you
breasts
mean,
get
why?
musky.
Yeah.
Oh well, mine's is fine.
I think when a titty is big enough, it starts to have some stink underneath. It's like another armpit.
I mean,
Yo, it's true. When titties get big enough, they grow hair underneath as well.
No,
It's
they
wild.
don't.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
They do. No, they do.
Yes,
They do.
they
And around the
do.
nipple. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Oh, definitely nipple hair pops out. Sometimes girls got nipple hair.
it's nipple hair, but not
Yeah.
under. You're saying
That's how you know where to suck in the dark.
And by the way, when the last time you looked under your breast, Taylor? You don't look under your breast.
I showered. Yes,
But
I
you don't
do.
look under it. You can't
You
see.
have to do a breast check. I do a breast
You
check.
ain't
but
checking
you don't
for
look
hair.
under
in the
it.
shower.
What you say?
You ain't checking for hair.
Yeah.
You checking for cancer.
There's no fucking hair.
But
under
sometimes
my
them hairs
breast.
You don't
they
know.
pop through the bra if it's sheer. If you got it,
You don't know, yo.
it does come through like Play-Doh.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Yes, it does. If you wear one of them sexy bras, it's like, what is that called?
How much hair have you seen on a nipple?
None?
Okay.
Oh, that hair there though.
So
Yeah, there is.
That hair there on that nipple, you just gotta. It's there, like it's there, and it's like the north, south, east, west. Like it's like it is. It's a compass. It does. It is. If you look at hair around a nipple, it's one going this way, one going that way, one going to the left, one going to the right. Look at it. I'm telling you, y'all don't pay attention to y'all bodies. Bro.
Our fault.
It's our fault.
Is the author?
I need send me that. I
Did
wanna
you
read
see
that.
the English
I'll
woman
send it to you.
talking to Don Lemon? Did you see that?
Oh, I did saw that. That was
that
ridiculous.
shit was
though.
crazy.
That was
But
ridiculous.
it's not.
it was kind of ridiculous because what Don should have explained to her was every single person was not so every single slave that came from Africa wasn't sold. Like that's what she made it seem like. She made it seem like they were just selling slaves. It was like it was a combination. There was some that was sold. It was some that was captured during war. It was some that was taken. Like
well, all of them were captured during war. It's whether they were captured by other black people or white people.
Or Arabs, which really doesn't get talked about
at all.
Keep it 100.
100%.
The role that the Arabs played.
But I think so. Here's the conversation.
What the fuck am I trending?
A living crisis, austerity, budget cuts, and so on. And then you have those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, $500 million there. Some people want to be paid back, and members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are?
Pause.
You have all of this vast wealth.
The conversation is the crown is passing like $1 billion worth of wealth from the queen to the new king. And there are countries that were colonized by the English Empire that are like, yo, we want our reparations. Like you took so much wealth from us. And so he's posing this question to her. Do you think that the English royal family should pay reparations to these places? And this is what she says.
You have all of this vast wealth. Those are legitimate concerns.
Well, I think you're right about reparations in terms of if people want it, though, what they need to do is you always need to go back to the beginning of a supply chain. Where was the beginning of the supply chain? That was in Africa. And when across the entire world, when slavery was taking place, which was the first nation in the world that abolished slavery? The first nation in the world to abolish it. It was started by William Wilberforce, was the British. In Great Britain, they abolished slavery. 2,000 naval men died on the high seas trying to stop slavery. Why? Because the African kings were rounding up their own people. They had them on cages waiting in the beaches. No one was running into Africa to get them. And I think you're totally right. If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say, who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages? Absolutely. That's where they should start. And maybe, I don't know, the descendants of those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, that those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
Yo.
Yeah, but what's crazy about that?
But why did he respond? What did he say?
Nothing. I don't know if he was out of time, but he folded.
He folded. But what's interesting is that this is fucking, I've never heard this take. I've heard we're not paying reparations.
Right.
Okay? This is the first time I've ever heard African people should pay reparations and 2 white people. Did you see what she said then? She goes, the African king should pay reparations to the families of the white naval soldiers that went there to stop the slave trade.
Yeah, but
that is a hot take.
Yeah, but it's crazy though, because every African nation she's talking about was colonized by Europe. Yeah. And the slave trade is one thing, but what about the removal of the wealth from those African countries by those Europeans?
100%.
There needs to be atonement for that. So it don't even make no sense what she's saying.
I just think it's crazy. We don't even know the name of one kingdom in Africa that was involved in the slave trade. It's not common knowledge. None of us could say, right? We know every white country that was involved, but we don't know we can't name one that was rounding up their own people and selling them.
Because all the Europeans took credit. When you look at the Portuguese.
Why do they want credit?
Portuguese were the first people to start feasting off slave labor.
Arabs, I'm telling you.
You think it was Arabs before the Portuguese?
Really? Because they were already there.
I did a deep dive into slavery the other day because of this article.
Wow. That sounds wow.
Yeah, I was curious.
Okay.
I don't want to give away a great movie idea, but like the biggest slave rebellion of all time, including African slaves, took place in Iraq in the 15th century.
Really?
Which I had no idea.
Come on, Chris, break it down now.
Ottoman Empire?
Come on, just watch the Brilliant Idiots.
It was, so if southern Iraq, Basra, I think is the name of the city, and it's all kind of reed and marshy areas, and they were cultivating those areas to try to grow some sort of crop. I don't remember which one.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought in hundreds of thousands, ultimately, of African slaves, but not from West Africa, which is the Portuguese and the British slave trade, but from East Africa, Kenya, Somalia, Sudan, areas like that. And these people lived in these, essentially plantations for generations until they kept building up. And then, they were second-class citizens. They were treated horribly. They were killed, all sorts of crazy stuff. And then eventually somebody organized them. There was a massive war. I mean, much bigger than anything Nat Turner did. I mean, we're talking the slaves had tens of thousands of soldiers on their side. They managed to take over a large part of Iraq. They eventually lost, and they the leader was killed and all that. But it was like one of the biggest uprisings I've ever read.
But think about that. The point is, everybody colonized Africa. Everybody raped Africa.
Or maybe
they sucked the resources out of Africa.
Else I learned that I didn't know. You know where there was another major slave trade around the 17th century? Crimea, right?
Where's that at?
Like kind of like in between Europe and Asia, like kind of not too far from, Russia took it over.
Why they call them slaves?
They
Slavic.
They were going into Russia from present-day Ukraine. The Turks, who controlled that area, bringing back tens of thousands of Russians and Ukrainians, present-day Ukrainians. I never had read about that.
I wonder if a more global...
I just want to say one thing real quick to the idea, like the idea that like the world is plundering Africa. Human history is humans plundering humans.
Oh, colonization. But Africa got it the worst, I would think.
I don't know.
Yeah, Africa got it the worst.
Maybe.
India. You think so?
I mean, but that's what...
Because Africa had more natural resources than everybody.
Listen, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that like, it's not like these people are conspiring going, all right, it's time to get Africa. It's who's ready to get got. So it's like...
To a certain extent, but Africa did have the most natural resources.
There's no question that people want to take natural resources. I guess what I'm trying to say, like, people were not discriminating on colonizing motherfuckers. Like, white people were colonizing white people. Like, right now, Russia is invading Ukraine. Like, they're not looking at them and going, those guys look just like us. They have the same language, same culture, everything. Yeah. They're like, fuck them. They got money. That's mine.
By the way, that it's really colonization. What Putin is trying to do is colonization.
100%.
Textbook definition.
What we did in the Middle East, right? It's what we've done to one another. Like
what China wants to do to Taiwan.
Literally what China wants to do to Taiwan. Yeah. It's like human beings are fucked up. And if you think that wasn't happening within Africa, Africa is the size of, I think, all the other continents put together or something like that. Like Africa is massive.
Of course it was.
If you think that wasn't happening internally,
the Woman King shows you that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Africa colonized parts of Europe. I mean, they colonized Spain.
Hannibal.
Al-Andalus is the Moorish kingdom of Spain that reigned for
the Andals,
years. Like they, it goes both ways, but
I guess what I'm saying is like this is a human thing. This is what humans do to one another, and it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it okay, but it is our history, and I think it'd be beneficial for us to study this and see what we are capable of, so that we can not repeat it.
Yes, but also the reason that they really, my personal take is the reason they don't want to study it is because they know it has to be atonement, and atonement would come through some type of finances. So it doesn't benefit the system that we're currently in to actually have to atone for the slave trade.
You want to cover it up. You want to
ignore it.
Right.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I think it's up to the people to not let that happen. I mean, look, Jews are still talking about being slaves in Egypt.
As they should.
2,000 years later.
White people love to hold on to our slavery. Yes. If white people were slaves for 36 hours, we are going to write a book out of that shit. I mean, Scottish people love to talk about.
For 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. We were enslaved for generations.
Would you give it up, though? I mean, number one, that is your history, so you should be able to tell your story. But also, there's always atonement. There's always atonement.
Let me ask you a question. Would you give reparations to Afghanistan? Like, as an American, would you pay tax dollars to give them money for, like, what we put them through?
I don't have nothing to do with that.
We do.
You've benefited from it.
I don't have anything
No,
to do
but
with
you
that.
do. You've benefited from it directly, just like you could say the white people have benefited directly from white supremacy, even though that I haven't enslaved anybody personally. So what I'm saying is your blood, your tax-paying dollars go to that military industrial complex that pays for that oppression of those brown people over there. So your blood is on that shit too. Are you willing to put your tax dollars up to pay them back?
Schultz, we do that now. Our tax dollars go to stuff all the time that we don't know what they're going to.
No, what I'm saying
and they're supposed to go to people that need it.
Are you ready to go, yo, we fucked up in Afghanistan. We need to pay those people some money.
I think the better question
I'm not.
is...
I ain't giving them shit.
The better question is, would you as a white person be willing to give up some of your tax-paying dollars to atone for the original sin of America? If you know in the future this is what's going to actually probably make America better.
Well, those are two different questions. Would I pay money if somebody was like, seriously, we can fix inequality and we can like make equity possible in this country, and all it's going to take is people who have a little bit more to pay back? I would do that shit in a fucking heartbeat.
Word?
10 times out of 10.
But I think the reparations conversation, as soon as people hear that word, they're like,
in a heartbeat.
What you mean?
No. I'm saying I would do it in a heartbeat. but that is somebody going 100%. This is going to work. I don't think that people have the confidence that whatever system they even have in place is going to actually fix the inequality that exists in America. But if there was an actual fix, it's like, yo, Jeff Bezos, stop making a fucking spaceship and put the money right there. Like, that'd be fire. If it was a dollar amount that could change it all, are you kidding? And billionaires here didn't do it? And the average wealthy person didn't chip in?
But that's what's so wild about America, right? Like, they should have corrected all of this way back.
Well, that was 40 acres
when it
and
was
a mule,
cheaper.
right?
Exactly.
That was the
You know what I
plan,
mean?
you know?
Like the same atonement they offered the indigenous people is they should have the 40 acres and a mule should have went to.
It's funny that they recognized it even back then.
Right.
It's like something needs to be done.
Yes.
It's interesting.
And those are the people that know history better than we do.
Yeah.
Like they know exactly what happened. They even admit that, like, yeah, we do got to give them something, bro.
Yeah.
Like the same way they did Native Americans to a certain extent.
Do you think back then the idea was we got to give them something because it makes it right? Or if we don't do it, there's going to be problems. And this is the way it is.
I think a combination of both. I think that's why England paid for the slave owners.
Right.
Like anybody who lost slaves when they made slavery illegal, they got a check from the bank. The Bank of
Americans did too.
No.
Yeah. Slave owners after was it the Emancipation Proclamation? Slave owners got reparations. Google it. Slave owners got reparations. Google it. Slave owners got reparations. I forgot how much it was, but slave owners that lost their slaves after the Emancipation Proclamation, they got reparations. Look it up, Chris.
I'm looking right now.
Did slave owners get reparations in America?
I've thought about that though. Like, how different would things be in America today if freed slaves got 40 acres and a mule?
It would be a lot more Black Wall Streets.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would be a lot more self-sufficient.
There'd be less
Black communities.
Economic inequality, for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Government paid owners an average of about $300, equivalent to $8,000 in 2000
per slave.
The American government paid that.
Yeah.
To whom? To
slave owners.
It's the District of Columbia Compensated Emancipation Act. But this is only in District of Columbia.
Yeah, it's just.
But that's what that was the majority was. That was like the Southeast region.
No, District of Columbia is just Washington D.C.
Just D.C.
I thought it was bigger than that.
It might have been. What I do know is that England did it. Now, I don't think England had many slaves in England. I think that most of their slaves were in the Caribbean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, the fact that they gave the slave owners a payment for their slaves probably stopped a revolution from happening in England.
Right.
Whereas your light's still on your phone. Whereas in America, I wonder if that would have happened, if that would have helped not have a revolution and then ease that economic insecurity. Give me your phone, Chris.
I got it. Maybe I have it.
It's still on. Give me your goddamn phone right now.
Jesus Christ, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, after 45, you get a exception on these sort of things.
No, I think that's just the name of the bill, Chris.
Okay, might be.
Yeah, the District of Columbia Compensated Emancipation Act. That's the name of the bill. The federal government compensated the owners of enslaved people for their loss of property. The people who were freed were not compensated nor given any assistance for the transition to their
You're not doing this because it's the just thing to do. You're doing this to avoid war.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to make incredibly difficult decisions to avoid loss of life.
Yeah. Or if you really, and I don't know, if you believe in energy and you believe in karma, you should want to atone for that. You know what I mean? If you think it was wrong and you can look back and say, man, we treated people like property. It was inhumane, especially. That's why it's so interesting to hear all of these Democrats talk about immigrants being treated inhumanely. I don't want to hear no white politician talking about people being used as capital, bro.
Right.
Like, come on. In a country that celebrates the founding fathers, like, knock it off. Right. So it's like, if you can see that, atone for it, and let's see if we can, make things right and have a better future.
I'm willing to help out, and I had nothing to do with it. Meaning, like, my family wasn't even here for it.
No, I get you.
So it's like we came after that shit was over.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that black people weren't going through things, but the original sin of slavery had ended by the time my family came here.
Well, to your point about benefiting, right?
Without a doubt.
You know what I mean? So it's like the same thing with, who'd you say, Afghanistan? Who'd you say?
Afghanistan, yeah.
Yes, if we're benefiting off work that they did or whatever it was, it'd be the same logic. People came to America.
But we were here when we invaded, and we put politicians in place that decided to invade, and we didn't do anything to stop it. I guess what I'm saying is like, there's probably somebody more responsible than me who's benefited more than me. They're probably legacy families
Right,
who
a
had
family in New Orleans who has... but I think the legacy, like that's, when I was doing my little research, that's one thing I noticed that set apart the African, American slave trade from every other one I was reading about, is the fact that like, even with the Russians being taken to the Ottoman Empire or Iraq, like after a generation, you had an ability to buy your way out or hustle your way out of that slavery. And it obviously didn't happen for every slave. And you know, it had to be an exceptional case.
And think about how fucked up that is. Think about somebody like
generation after generation, like that's where we fucked. I mean, it's all fucked up, but like that was what was.
But not even generationally. There was people that could afford to pay for themselves to get out of slavery.
But your kids
your
behind.
kid,
Your wife.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened with Denmark Vesey in Charleston, South Carolina. Like it's like
that's what was so.
It's
evil
horrible.
about it.
I don't like that argument because it seems like you're calling all other slavery like slavery light. You're like, oh, they weren't really slaves.
Right.
Like I've heard people do this. Like,
whose fault is that though?
No, like American slavery was so crazy. I mean, oh, you were a slave in Europe? Oh, that was nothing. Like,
but you know why?
Your mom and dad got taken from you when you were a kid? Oh, that's nothing compared to America.
But you know why they feel that way? And I'm about to bring it back around. Because of entertainment. Because of the movies and the TV shows.
Yeah.
That's what they show us. They show us slavery in America and how brutal it was. I haven't seen the stories other places.
Yeah.
I've seen stories about the Holocaust. That's how I can say how brutal the Holocaust was. You know what I mean? I haven't seen the stories about indigenous people and Native Americans. Like, they don't show us that. So going back with the Woman King, I appreciate the positive propaganda. If it's not, even if it's not based on a true story, I appreciate seeing a group of people talk about the complicated nature of slavery, actually have a conscience and say, this is not something we want to do anymore, going to free other slaves and burning down the slave port. Why did I love Django? Because Django wasn't a victim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why do I love the Woman King? Because those women were not victims. Like, there is some white people that get killed in that movie.
Really?
Oh my God. I was in like the last 20 minutes, third best fight scene I ever seen in a movie ever.
Really?
Infinity War, Endgame, Woman King, damn it.
Wow.
Okay? That final fight scene was amazing. I mean, they show some brutal shit. And I'm like, wow, that was great.
That's fire.
And guess what? Every now and then, that's what you need. You need to leave a movie feeling empowered because you see your people in a victorious position. That usually doesn't happen in those kind of movies. So
it's nice.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. So y'all believe in reparations? That's all I want. That's the final question. Just for African Americans?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Ray J's this shit.
But nah, Ray J, I mean, my whole thing is, man, like when you sit down with somebody and you interview them, man, they trust in you. It's a safe space. Present their words the way they want their words presented.
So how do you make sure on your show that you can do that?
On TV?
Yeah.
I can't.
So isn't that scary for a guest that's coming on to be interviewed? Like, how they gonna chop this shit?
I mean, it depends. It depends what they're talking about. I think Ray J was a unique case, you know, because for whatever reason, people are scared of the Kardashian Jenners, or they're just always.
Why are they scared of the Kardashian Jenners?
I mean,
what's going to happen?
You're either scared of them or you want the relationship. Because you
they're
don't
scared
know
of not having the relationship.
That's right. You got to make sure they're at the award shows every year. You know what I mean? Or you might want them to be guests on. You might want them to be guests on your other late night talk shows. You know what I'm saying? And I can't be mad at them wanting to preserve the relationship. You know what I mean?
And you can't be mad at the Kardashians
for flexing their muscle.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, protect your brand. And that is a huge stain on their brand. If they had 3 sex tapes, the whole thing was planned. The mom was looking at the sex tapes.
That's what's whack, though.
Giving pointers and
what you just said is what reminded me what I wanted to say. When you do those deals for a company like, what's the company called? Vivid.
This guy's crazy.
I don't know.
Well, what's the pornography company? Well, hey, do you guys know what the pornography company? I've never watched pornography before. What are you talking about?
I can't remember the name of the company. I know it's with a V. Both parties have to sign off. So Kim had to sign off. Ray J had to sign off.
Yeah.
What is wrong with admitting that?
Nothing's wrong with admitting.
You actually look genius that y'all signed off on this, marketed it, promoted it in a way that you actually made money and blew up off it. The fact that they haven't told the real story is why we've had so many trash ass sex tapes.
Crazy.
Because everybody thinks you can just do a sex tape,
and then
leak
run
it, and become the Kardashians. No.
I was watching
that's not
that
how
shit
it works.
the other night, man. Shit was fire stuff.
I've never seen it.
You never seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never watched it. But we talk about how it might hinder Kim. It's hindered Ray J.
Huge.
Because think about it. If you, and you know,
because you don't get any press, like positive press as a dude for a
that's
sex
right.
tape.
That's
Like,
right.
You just get looked
That's
at
right.
like a porn star.
That's right.
Women
That's right.
get famous up
That's
that
right.
shit.
And what if you want to do bigger business? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, let's just say Ray J has a company like Raycon, right?
Yeah.
Raycon is carried in different places. What if there's like a big, like, department store that wants to carry it, but they also do business with the Kardashians. So they're like, what? We don't want to insult the Kardashians. Let's ask the Kardashians if they want to share shelf space with Ray. What if they be like, no?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're saying that might be happening?
I'm just putting out a hypothetical.
So they blocking Ray J?
I think, yeah, clearly.
That's fucked up, bro.
Hey, man, it just is. Like, you're on Love and Hip Hop. You can't tell your storyline. You know what I mean? But your storyline's playing out on
their side.
On their side.
Oh,
but you can't talk about it on
So I
Love and Hip
understand
Hop.
his frustration.
I get it.
He got to come on the Breakfast Club so we can talk about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
When is he going to do that?
I don't
Or Brilliant Idiots. Or Flagrant. We would love to have you.
Ray J. I think Flagrant
Ray J,
would be good
We'd
for
love
Ray.
to have you.
Flagrant would be good for
We would love to. We're not worried about burning bridges or destroying relationships, okay? And we are not down with that Snow Bunny love. So you can talk about your regret. We need Ray J and we need Dr. Umar Johnson immediately. How can I go to Dr. Umar's show? I don't think that people. I love Dr. Umar Johnson.
Umar, you got to do Flagrant, man. Ray J, y'all got to do.
I'm being dead. Like you think it started off as a joke, and now I'm like, I admire.
How can
this
you
guy.
not love Dr. Umar?
Who's funnier? It makes me. It's hard for me to write comedy because I go nothing. God damn, you really took that bottle right there. So that shit was fucking.
All this talk.
What the?
All this talk is sucking cock.
Yo, you was looking like
I had to show you how it's done,
bro. Dude, that was gnarly, bro. Holy shit!
Imagine some calling somebody head game gnarly.
That's
God damn.
You got to hit it like Trump. That's why Trump was so delicate. He's like, they're not gonna say I'm sucking dick out here.
Listen, not only is Dr. Umar funny, he gets the fucking work done, bro.
Oh, really?
Bro, Dr. Umar's cool is there.
Wait, is it?
Bro, you got to go watch his Instagram page and his YouTube. He's inside the school. He's showing you what it looks like. He just did a block party there the other day. Let me tell you how ill Dr. Umar is.
Is anybody being educated at the school?
It's still trying to get accreditation. I looked this shit up.
What type of school though? Isn't it a high
It's
school?
called it's called the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy
for boys and for
He's
boys.
got the school is there. It's in Delaware.
Yeah, I've been donating. It better be fucking ready.
How much did you donate? Did you put the code? Did you use this code?
1 Bitcoin.
1 Bitcoin. What the fuck, Alex? Who did you type in?
Dr. Umar's school name. Scotland
That's just Scotland School for Veterans Children.
See what I'm saying?
No, right there, right there.
See what I'm saying? We are destined to be together, Dr. Umar Johnson. Stop playing yourself. I'm the only snow bunny in your life.
Put Dr. Umar Johnson School
for children.
There you go.
It's the Frederick Douglass Marcus
Garvey Academy. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. It's open. It's not open with the kids yet, but
it's built.
Yo, I be watching him. He's doing the renovations. He had the HVAC put in.
Yep.
He just solicited for security cameras.
Let's go.
Like he's doing it. He built something. It's there. So
you acting like you gotta convince. You don't gotta convince me, bro. I know it's there.
People be hating on Dr. Umar, man.
No, they're stupid. They don't have a sense of humor. They don't have a sense of it's no question that he's the funniest guy on the internet, right? There's no question.
Because he's not trying. And I love the fact that he's become the boogeyman of biracial relationships.
Yo,
if you pop up with a biracial relationship, Dr. Umar is watching you.
That's the only thing I disagree with that he says.
What?
About biracial relationships.
Why
you should be able to love whoever you love. That being said, Dr. Umar, not me.
You can, you know what I'm saying? You can love whoever you want to love, but I'm judging.
Are you judging?
I'm only.
Who are you to judge?
A black man with a black woman.
I guess that makes sense. I guess that seems to have a lot of sense.
Only reason I'm judging it is because, like, you know, if you one of those people that talk so pro-black, you know what I mean? But you sleep white on either side, male or female. I'm like, okay, come on now.
Now, what if you're one of those people who talk so pro-white,
but got a black woman?
But got a black one. What do you say about that? Pro-white as fuck, black woman.
I think I respect it. I never thought about it.
Right?
Yeah, I never thought about it.
Wouldn't that be kind of fire?
You mean a black man? What do you mean, a black man with a black
white
woman?
Dude.
Oh, nah. No, I don't know.
MAGA in the streets.
Nope.
Something else in the sheets.
MAGA in the streets. NWA. No, man. I like black men with black women.
NWA. How do you say that shit?
By the way, what's wrong with saying that?
Saying what?
Black men should be with black women. And listen, Asians like to keep it in their community, right?
That's not true. Jewish men have been dating Asians for centuries.
I bet you some people on your wife's side had a little problem with it, right?
No, they're incredibly happy.
They didn't at all?
They love that. It's an accomplishment.
Oh,
Jewish
okay,
man,
okay.
Asian woman, match made in heaven.
Some Chinese people don't like the people marrying black people.
Well, that is different.
Different story.
It's a different story.
It's a different story.
There's a different. That's a very different story.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That is what we would call racism. Is what you're. That is what. That's racist.
Is it? Or is it preference? Is it community?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's racist or they just want to keep it in the community. I don't know.
Well, they're fine not keeping the community when it's a Jewish guy.
Blasian is big now.
Ooh, black
Chris said Blasian
with
is big
Asian
now.
girl. Black male, Asian girl.
My kids, you're either Wasian.
White
Get
Asian.
on the mic, Chris. Well, I never heard what Chris just said.
Wasian.
Chris said, I thought that was a fucking GPS app.
Wasian.
That's not.
There you go, Chris.
Who cares about a mask?
Oh, baby.
So it used to be any half Asian kid in America was known as Hapa.
Hapa.
Right? Really?
That's a West Coast thing. East Coast, we never said
Hawaiian,
that.
actually.
Yeah,
but that was supposed to be the official term.
What does Hapa mean?
I think it's a Hawaiian term for mixed.
Okay.
So you could be half black, half Asian, half Jewish, half Asian, whatever.
Yeah.
According to my kids, in New York City at least, it's Blasian, which is black and Asian, or Wasian, which is white and Asian.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they oh yeah, she's Wasian, there are a lot of Wasian kids in this class.
Yeah.
A lot of Blasian kids in this class.
But I think like we always, like Whitney Houston always said, the children are the future, right? So I think the kids are way more progressive than the generations before them were. So they probably don't even look at it as, it's a problem to be with a black person or it's a problem to be with a white person. It's us older folks that's saying keep it pure.
Have you heard what Dr. Umar has said about the half white, half Asian?
No.
He calls them snow dragons. And Dr. Umar is the funniest guy.
That's going to
melt all the stuff.
Yo, I'm telling y'all right now.
That's not going nowhere.
Snow dragons is
Snow
going
dragons fire.
Snow dragons is going to stick.
Yeah, listen. Snow dragons is crazy, bro.
Banana. Oh, shit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? Fuck a glizzy gobbler, bro. Banana man, double fist. You're not even double fisting. You got one fist, 2 bananas, bro. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the new challenge.
I'm hungry. I want to have more than one banana. I don't want to eat them back to back. So.
Potassium.
Mm-hmm.
Call that PPs for
Back
short.
to back.
You know what I'm saying? You fucking eat those PPs.
How do you eat 2 bananas at the same time?
I don't eat 2 bananas at the same time.
Why not?
I don't have that kind of mouth. I am in awe of your mouth right now.
Thanks, bro.
I am in awe of your mouth. Let me see.
Seems like you're trying to make this a gay
I will
thing.
say this. I will say it only looks like you're only biting one. Oh, shit. Ooh, they call me the banana man. Tropicana man.
Wild like the Taliban. Yeah. Yo, we got to remix it. Not Rubber Band Man, Banana Nan Man.
Banana Nan Man. Well, like the Taliban.
Whoa, why are you making it gay, son? We just having potassium, we eat fruits, so we can take good shit.
Wait, yeah,
why are you making this gay for no reason, bro?
Taliban at all.
Huh?
Damn.
Why are you making this weird?
I've never seen somebody eat 2 bananas at the same time.
It's
How do people eat more than
Not
one
even
banana,
an 8.
bro?
I never seen an ape do that, bro. I never seen that in my life.
Apes do this, dude. That's where I learned it.
I don't know.
This is
bro.
how you're supposed to
With
eat
one
bananas.
hand, you ain't even double fisting, bro.
Say again?
You're not even double fisting.
That'd be weirder to just go like this with it. Like it's more.
That is wild. That is wild. That
You know,
is wild.
but
I'm
like
not gonna lie. That was wild.
if
That
I
was
want to
wild.
move the mic or if I want to, I don't understand why you guys are making this so weird. Like,
I'm not. I'm
why can a guy
impressed.
not have two bananas at the same time?
I am impressed. Oh shit! Holy shit!
You got a little something right here.
Damn.
Yeah.
Saving that for later. Yeah, when you're taking two bananas, you're gonna get some stuff on your lips every
When did you
once in a
first
while.
start? When did you realize that you had the skill to eat two bananas at the same fucking time?
I mean, I've always eaten two bananas at the same time. I don't understand why you think this is so weird.
I don't think it's weird. I'm impressed. I am genuinely impressed.
Wow.
Come on, son. Come on.
But I'm really impressed. But I'm like, oh, how long are those bananas?
I just gagged, son. You did, son. You did, son.
I'm sitting there wondering how long are those bananas because every time you bite into it, it don't look like it's getting shorter.
Well, it's something about me putting my lips on something like this, it gets longer, dude.
That's usually how it works.
I don't understand why you're making this so gay. Can we talk
It's
about
not
Biden or something
gay.
like that?
Why do you think it's gay?
What's gay? What's gay about this, dude? I don't know.
I don't think it's nothing gay, man.
Oh,
Double the
man.
potassium.
Oh,
Double P.
Oh,
There you go.
Why is this so weird? If I just had one banana, it'd be totally
It's
normal.
not weird, bro. Somebody gonna be jerking off to this video later. I'll tell you that much.
One banana, you gotta break it off.
But why would they jerk off to health?
If that shit ends up on OnlyFans,
What do you mean?
that
This?
shit might end up on OnlyFans, bro.
Why?
Not OnlyFans, fucking Pornhub.
Why?
It's kind of fly. Ooh, nah, it's not as good.
It's boring with one.
Dad's born with one. When you do it with
That's what I
two,
No,
said.
it's because he broke it off. That's the proper way to do it.
I didn't break it off. There was none left.
Oh,
You see the asshole of a banana right now. Okay, what's going on with Biden?
Oh man, Joe Biden. Somebody once said that Joe Biden is actually funnier than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's just that they don't let him out the house.
Who said that?
The person that's currently fucking taking two bananas to the throat. Listen. You know what they say? They say you either die a hero or live long enough to lose your hairline and be a villain.
They ain't never said that part.
What?
They ain't never said the hairline part. You disrespectful as a motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, you got your
I don't
way
have
of
one
thought.
either, Chico.
Yeah, well, I do a little bit now, so I know that's what
Can we
you was
see
just
it? Can we
doing. Of
see it?
course, man. You see my shit.
Oh, shit. Did you get...
No.
Really?
No, if I would have got that, I'd be a motherfucking model right now. You
ever thought about it?
hope my shit don't never grow back. God wouldn't do that to me. He
Would
wouldn't.
you?
You ever thought about it?
No, I couldn't do it.
I thought
Wait,
about
why?
it. I started the process.
You did?
The PRP shit, but that shit hurt too bad.
No, I couldn't do it.
Wait,
Nah.
what? Wait.
Yeah, PRP. They draw your blood.
Rich. Yeah.
What?
It's like platelet rich.
I don't know. Salute to Dr. Natasha Sandy. She just be experimenting on me, and she
Plasma.
Plasma, there you go.
Rich plasma.
Yeah, so she draw your blood, and then they draw your blood, and then they like shoot it back into the spots in your head that's bald.
Yeah.
That shit hurt too bad though, bro. Getting fucking shots in your head, I couldn't go through it. That shit.
Oh no, I'm definitely not getting no shots in my head. My shit already swollen enough. But what I'm saying is I could never cheat.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, dude.
I ain't hear the woe in that one.
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't hear that. I ain't hear that.
I have a big head. Pause.
Did you say it was throbbing?
I did not. That's what you heard. That's what
Batman
you
and
heard.
Robin.
That's what you
Batman and throbbing?
The fact that his mind works that quick on
crazy,
shit like
bro.
that.
How you
see
didn't say that
quick
before?
His mind works so quick on that type of shit. He be waiting on it, man.
That was crazy.
You know what I mean? This
Batman
dude is
is throbbing?
Man,
Who's the supervillain though, bro?
The poker.
Batman with the poker.
This nigga is
Somebody
really
definitely about to make that online.
This man is
Batman throbbing in the poker.
We are gonna make it.
yeah,
online.
this man right here, man.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness.
But
man.
yeah, get off LeBron, man. Y'all
Yeah.
just ready for Bron to retire, man. It happens though. He's been around for a long time. You think he should retire? No.
Nah.
You say you're waiting on his son, but I don't.
Yeah, I think he should play as long as he can. You know what I mean? Keep stretching the legacy out, man. Don't let anybody else project the ability not to be able to do that great shit onto you. Keep playing. Nigga. If Tom Brady's still playing, he's 45. You keep doing it for us. Do it on our side.
And rest in peace to Takeoff too, man. You know it's crazy. It's like The Migos been around for the past 11 years, right? And it's like, we all knew they were like the best group of the generation, even though it wasn't a lot of hip hop groups. You know what I mean? But what they did to rap, they did change rap, right? Like in a lot of ways. Like I ain't gonna say change, but they brought back.
They brought a different sound because you know that sound of rap really comes out of Memphis.
Yes, 3-6. That's right.
3-6 and that you know that style of rap, but they took it to another level. They made it mainstream and brought it back to a younger generation who probably had never heard 3-6 before.
That's right.
So yeah, they definitely changed the sound of rap, and Takeoff was
explain
incredible.
that to me for someone who doesn't really understand.
It's a name for it. I can't remember the name of it.
Like I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's a style of, you know, the sin in the city, the 10 and the 4, 6 in the 10. You know what I mean? Lord Infamous from the 3-6 Mafia, a bunch of people from Memphis. They created that style, really? That specific style of rap.
And they brought it back.
And then the Migos came, you know what I mean, and took it to a whole nother level.
I didn't know that.
But what bugs me out about this is like, why do we always got to wait till somebody died to say they're the greatest? Now all of a sudden they're like, oh, the Migos is the most legendary group and Takeoff was the best lyricist from the Migos. I'm like,
I mean, I just think that happens, especially in our community. I mean, I say this all the time. I don't think Martin Luther King would have a street in America if he was still alive.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I think the reason why Jesse Jackson doesn't have one is because he's still alive.
Damn.
I think it's just easier for you to get flowers, as they say, when you're not here, to be able to walk up on somebody and make them feel lesser than because you got them. As crazy as that may sound.
We put value on scarcity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and there's nothing more scarce than being gone.
Right, exactly. So I think that's just what it is. I think death is so final that it's easy for me to give you everything that you, because, you know, like you said, when you're living, you might fuck up the legacy. And when you're gone, it's over with now. Whatever you do, when you pass away, whatever it is you did is done. So, you know, everybody that's still walking around, they have the ability to be able to do some shit to scale their legacy back. Because think about it, you know, if God forbid, I don't want to wish death on nobody, like, you know, you be doing the motherfuckers and shit. But
I ain't never wished death on nobody.
You did, bro. That was nasty. That was nasty.
I've never wished death on nobody. I don't even play with death.
That was nasty.
No way.
That was nasty.
Yeah, you play with the poker. But you know, like figuratively speaking, let's say if, you know,
just somebody goes,
R. Kelly would have died in the 1999. And he would have been considered to be the hero, the greatest. But now that he's lived long enough to fuck his legacy up, then, you know, I think that's why you don't see people get their flowers until they die in the way that they do when they die.
And I hate seeing them young brothers go so young, man.
Yeah, that shit sucks. I mean, coming from a community with, you know, I've lost a lot of friends and family to violence, man, that to know that, you know, from the story that we have heard, I don't know what actually happened, but to know that he was just
not even part of it.
You know what I mean? He was just there. But, you know, the thing about death that I understand and dealing with it so much is it's guaranteed to all of us. So we don't get to pick how we come or how we go. So I just think that we need to, as unfortunate in the way that he went out is, I think that we need to start having a better relationship with death, because death is a problem for the living. You know what I mean? Like, it's a living issue. Like the dead people the people who are dead don't have no more issues. So I think we need to start learning how to have a better relationship with it while we're still here.
That's a hard thing, man. My man Ryan Holiday gave me this coin, and the coin literally says, "You are going to die."
Yeah.
And it's like, he's like, yo, you should carry this with you and look at it because it helps you to appreciate every single moment.
Tattoo, Memento Mori Amor Fati. It's a Stoic mantra that says, remember death, love your fate, which means understand that it's inevitable. It's the most guaranteed. Is for everybody to have. Everybody is going to die one day. So you have to love the fact that that's your reality and live in it and enjoy every moment that you have.
I need 99, bro. Let me ride out to 99. I want to see this shit play out, bro.
Hell yeah.
I want to see it.
Yeah, man, for sure. I want to live long too. You know what I mean? I would, you know, and the thing is just like the fact that we don't get to choose that fate. Like, and I always ask people, if you knew the day that you were going to die, how would you live? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or, you know, just in regards to money and how much emphasis we put on having money. Like, if I said, hey, man, I got $1 billion, I got that $1.9 billion for you in the jackpot that's coming, but you die tomorrow. Would you take it? You don't want it. But if you had the 1.9 and they told you you'll die tomorrow, but it costs 1.9 to save your life, how quick would you give it up?
I give mobility.
I mean, well, you gonna die.
Keep that point. Nah.
Yeah,
You gotta
can't-
take the whole thing.
That's not the offer, motherfucker.
So we can't negotiate.
No, you can't negotiate. It's the nigga that touched Uncle Charles' forehead standing in front of you. Like, that's who you talking to, and that's the deal, G.
You probably get mad that I even offer you. Oh, you want to negotiate?
Bow, you out of here. Black eyes. You're done. You know what I mean?
Oh man, and you know what I was thinking? So I was like, damn. If Takeoff was
Justin
28.
Bieber to perform at Takeoff's funeral, is that real?
I don't believe that's real. Oh, he might sing a ballad or something. I can see that. But if Takeoff was 28, I'm like, I've been interviewing them guys since they was 16.
17, 18, yeah.
Wow. Like they've been coming to Breakfast Club since like 2012, 2013. Like we got Migos interviews we never put out.
Really?
Yeah, because they were so young and they just weren't good. It wouldn't have put them in a good light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I'm glad that y'all do that. Like I always wondered if that happened. Like if y'all had interviews that you can.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't know if that was the case.
I'm still sitting on a Paul Mooney interview right now that we never put out. God bless the dead.
Why is that?
Paul was in there wilding. And then listen, now this was
you think we're crazy,
this one I didn't even have good sense. Yeah. And I have been to plenty of Paul Mooney shows. So if I was in on making the decision not to put it out, then he must have been really wilding. And I keep saying to myself, I need to go back and listen to that interview and see what he was saying.
That made you not.
Yeah.
That made you not put an interview out. You have said some of the most outlandish shit on the microphone ever said.
Never
man.
happened.
Nah, you do say
that never happened.
That shit you were talking about Batman before was crazy.
What?
You did. You always bring up gay shit for no fucking reason,
Shut up,
bro.
man.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, dog?
Shut
for
up,
real.
man.
What was that shit? Who would you say was the best villain again? The Diddler or whatever?
The Diddler. The Diddler. Oh, yo. Two-Face would be wild for a threesome, right?
Yo,
imagine getting head from Two-Face. Like, yo, turn to the left. Yo, like, turn to the right, right?